All right. And then I said, hello, everybody. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, we create magic. Welcome, everyone. We are here with our awesome and amazing crew, the New Moon. Everybody take a look at that camera wherever you are. Wave and say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Obviously that was for you, the players, but if anyone at home did that, extra points, because that's funny.
You get an inspiration by.
You get an inspiration for your life. Welcome. So before we get into stuff for tonight, some announcements up front, as we always do. First and foremost, if you are watching this for the first time, welcome. We are so happy to have you for the time that we have you. If you've never seen this before, this is a actual play, actual play, whatever they call it now, of a D&D campaign, but also campaigns, multiple parties living and existing at the same time in the same homebrew world. Yes, like this. The wonderful, lovely, amazing homebrew world of Imea. We have our games running every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you're interested in watching any of the other groups, please feel free to hit that subscribe button, and you can get like a notification thing, all that good stuff. You know the deal. YouTube or Twitch, whatever you're watching from. Also, I believe, let's see, are we still good? Yeah, we're still so far so good on Instagram too, so we might be on that. All right, so for our announcements, moving through our stuff, we are still, as I've mentioned, I feel so bad for these guys having to hear this, so this is where you all come in. We are still looking for players for our Candela Obscura campaign, for our upcoming Candela Obscura campaign. We have one person right now scheduled. We need at least two more to be able to get something running off the ground. So if you are unfamiliar, Candela Obscura is a cosmic horror game designed by the makers of Darrington Press, and or designed by Darrington Press, the makers of Critical Role. It is a very fun, sort of deep, heavy RP, low rules as far as like memorization and things go. A lot of like room for creativity and things like that. And a lot of room for me to be able to scare the pants off of everybody. So we did our own version of this. We've made our own version that is building from the same type of lore, the same game system. Earlier this past September, we did a 3-session sort of playtest of that. It is called Shadows of the North Shore. Taking everything from Candela Obscura and putting it into a real-world reference, slapping it down into the year 1901 in a little place that is known as North Shore, Massachusetts, otherwise known as my own birthplace. A place full of real-life lore, things that actually are stories that lore from that area. So if you're interested in playing one of those games and jumping in, also Kiki is actually right here in the chat, who is one of those players. So please, Kiki, hi. Yeah, please check that out. I will put this, if you're watching this on YouTube, it is in the video description below, but I will also be putting it in the private chat for those that are on Twitch or YouTube. And also put in the Instagram one as well. So yeah, please check that out. Let me know if you have any questions. That is on startplaying.games. Lastly, for at least the end of this month, most likely going into next month, I think we might actually do a 2-month rendition. Yes, Kiki is pushing our Shadows of the North Shore. Do it, please. Check it out. But for this month and next month, most likely, I'm still kind of on the fence on that. We'll see. There's a lot of prep stuff I have to get ready on for our other mini campaign. So we know for sure This month we are on our one-shots. Every Saturday and Sunday we are running one-shots. This week I believe we are doing another Where's Piddle, which we did earlier on Sunday, which was awesome. It was super fun. Everybody had a good time. And then I believe we're also doing a Silver Brine on Saturday. So if you are... I mean, I got those dates confused, but it's one of those. You know what? Actually, go check out for yourself. Following this link here. So it is on for those who are watching and don't have anything in front of them other than their device that they're watching on. It is startplaying.games/GM/It's a Long Story. It'll access all the upcoming one shots. As well as also the Shadows of the North Shore campaign. So feel free to check that out. Sign up. Jump in if you have any questions, and all that good stuff. Last, if you're interested in supporting the channel, you can do so in a couple of different ways. First and foremost, subscribing to the channel on YouTube and Twitch is a great way for us to be able to kind of reach out to a larger audience. Who knows, maybe make this thing out into being something that I fully think it can be bigger than it is now, as we have a lot of fun, talented group of players here. But yeah, it's a great way to be able to help support the channel without having to spend any money or anything. Low stakes. And then also feel free to check out our various social media. So I just put the link tree in the chat as well. So you can check us out on Instagram, TikTok, obviously YouTube or Twitch. Yeah, I believe that is it for today. Cool. So as we are about to get ready for tonight, we need to get a recap of where we left off with the new moon. Chris, could you please do the honors?
I'd be glad to. We started off with the group arriving in Celeste in the middle of a very unusual storm. First movement was the group kind of wanted to make sure everyone's okay, checked in with Sabella and with Alyssa and Aelwulf. Little heated conversations as they were kind of discussing the death of Aaron and whose fault it was, with finding out about Bix's possession by Tal and, you know, what trouble did that cause. So Bix left, some went to the bar. Adim saved Bix from walking off into the ocean until he couldn't stop. They all got together at the bar. Everything was packed. The bar ran out of things. The group went back to Sabella's. During this time, we met a new character, the 9'2" half giant, who was on the edge of the city, who had to fight for their meal with their compatriot. And then the group discussed kind of plans moving forward. Like, as of right now, the plan is to go to Dair's Wharf, to Mir, and then to Massetti, and just to kind of, one, to make good on their promise to help Mir out, and two, to figure out what's with Massetti and why are the arrows pointing that way. And then we left off with another great Titian Aelwulf conversation, and Titian playing with his sword.
Yes, we also had some interactions with Adim and the locket as well. Adim having a brief conversation, seemingly, obviously one-sided, but seemingly understood by some sort of memory or sliver of a spirit of Adim's father, Ashar Anas, who is a Merid. Awesome. Well, let us jump into our next day. As we come across the land of Celeste, we see the normally bright white yellow sandy beaches still showing hints of gray. As we pull into the morning, we can see the sun hiding behind a just heavy shroud of clouds. It is still overcast. It is no longer raining, no longer storming, but it is oddly gray in the land of Celeste. This beach town, pulling in closer, we hear the crashing of waves on the distant shore. We move over up to some figures. We can kind of see humanoid shapes that are working diligently to repair roofs that may have caved in or lost materials during the storm. It is bright sunshiny, or sorry, not bright sunshiny at all. Bright overcast, and we come into a smaller shop, house, both. We see a very large, matted dog with matted hair who is now kind of waking up, looking around. An extremely big, heavy face lifting up off of the ground, and then another, and then another. The Cerberus, Danzig, looks around, shakes out, big puffball comes up as Danzig seems to sit and wait for the party to leave the house. Inside, I would like you all to roll an initiative as we are coming into this day that is coming off the back end of an extremely exhausting set of hours. It's hard to say a full day, right? Because it was in some ways longer, in some ways shorter, as you have to recover from the time spent at the Shadowfell and the time lost in mourning for Aaron, one of our own. Who thinks they got the highest? Shout it out.
21.
21?
I got a 17.
Cool. Ianthe, uncharacteristic, but you are in your... You're in your own house. There's maybe a sense of responsibility waking up on the idea of like making sure that I don't know. I think there could be a couple different reasons for it. I'll allow you to sort of choose, but you were waking up, looking outside and seeing an odd display of the almost like almost like a dusty sort of gray, giving this kind of like almost like grave like ash sort of look on the ground around you as you see figures that are emerging from their houses and working on fixing them.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, she probably slept pretty restlessly, and then it's one of those like you're just up at dawn and you can't shut your brain off because there's so much to think about, and so it's like I might as well just get up. So she does, and heads into the kitchen to start making like tea.
Cool. As you walk into the kitchen, okay, you see your mother already full awake.
Of course she is.
She is standing, she's sitting at the table, looking outside. So you have a cup of tea in her hand, just kind of staring out the window. And just as you, as footsteps approach, okay, she seems ready to greet the person as you come over the threshold. And oh, wow, Dair, you feeling all right?
I just couldn't sleep. Thought I'd get up and start making tea, but you beat me to it. What are you doing out so early?
I wouldn't be a mother if I wasn't up before my daughter, no matter what, at any age. Well, I was I don't know. I've also had a harder time sleeping. Can't put my finger on it. I just feel that. I assume you're leaving today.
I think so. There's things we have to do, people to see.
I understand. I guess I'm just trying to make sure that you're all leaving here in one piece. Whatever that means for my help.
You've been great, Mum. And
Breakfast?
you've been great. Oh, yeah, sure. Let's make something.
No, sit, relax. As she truly pushes you down into the seat at the table, and starts to kind of pull things out and just goes, "Okay, so Alyssa has only wanted sugary things, and because I
Sure.
wasn't sure how long it was going to take for you all to get back, I got a bunch of different types of fruits that are here in the cupboard. So we could probably make some sort of array of that. Are
You know
you?
that I love fresh fruit.
Yes, I'll get that ready. And you. I can't remember between you and your sister. One of you likes tea, and one of you likes coffee.
I like tea.
Tea. Great. Good. I can make sure put the kettle back on. And you see your mom just kind of prepping a sort of essentially a breakfast sort of like parfait for you, fruit parfait, and she has these bunch of these like little like sort of tropical fruits that are sitting on like almost like a charcuterie board that has been used for anything that a wooden board would be used for, not just fruits.
Yeah.
Ianthe, give me an insight check.
$12.
12. Yeah, with a 12, you're looking at everything that your mom's doing and trying to kind of, I think at first you're tracking her moves to try to see if there's something up, there's anything. And I think you really just get lost in the nostalgia of the things around you. Not realizing, I think for Ianthe, there's a specific sort of sense of fixation as you come back and recognize you see a notch just below the overhanging cupboard that seems to be like a nick, like something had hit it, and you notice that you've never noticed that there before, and you just start to wonder: have I just never noticed it? Have I just gotten so used to this place and missed out on things? You start to think back, and all of a sudden your mind is interrupted by the sound of a okay, there it is. Enjoy. Should I wake the others? Or?
No. We'll let them sleep. Why don't you sit? Join me. Just the two of us.
I have to make
Like
breakfast for the rest of them. Give me a persuasion check.
Uh, 15.
15, yeah, cool. Your mother just goes, I have to make for the...
Come on.
All right.
Just like old times.
Just because you're leaving today, I don't want anyone to think of me as a bad host. You see her
I
just
don't
kind
think
of sit.
anyone could ever think that of you.
Thank you, dear. So, where are you headed? If you don't want to tell me, just say away, I guess.
We're heading back to sea. I'm not entirely sure the final destination, but We've got some sailing to do. Away.
I haven't had time to talk to you one-on-one. How are you doing? I didn't know how close you were with your friend. Is there something? I'm sorry. I'm just realizing this now. Is there something that we should be doing for them here?
We had a ceremony for them.
Oh, okay.
There wasn't much left.
I see.
So we did what we could. It's not just losing them, it's how we lost them is the hardest part. It just felt so... I felt so helpless. I couldn't do anything to help them, and I've never felt powerless like that before, and it was crushing. And it just felt... I don't know. I just feel like there are people moving pieces around a chessboard and they don't care about who it affects. And they don't care about the pieces. And I don't want to be one of those pieces. I mean, you know, I've always wanted to be in control of my own life, and now I feel like there are powers at play that won't let that happen.
You see your mother, Sabella, give an uncharacteristic smile to this. Her eyes stay sad, but she can't help but smile. I suppose you got a taste of what it feels like to be me. And your neighbors and the bartender you work for, everyone in town, most likely a lot of the other people that you've met. We all walk around wanting, needing, and striving for that same thing, control. It's a fleeting goal. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't, dear. And I would never say that I'm surprised by anyone of any power, scale, level, station ever feels like they fully have it in their grasp.
I just want to know that nothing bad is going to happen to me or the people that I care about. And I feel so out of control because I can't make that happen.
Do you remember about, must have been 15 years ago, the one time that you brought your sister in limping, bleeding all over my my brand new materials. Daphne was it was one of the first times that I think anyone on the street would be able to recognize that you were possibly not twins, as your sister was a considerable shade paler than you.
I remember.
Remember, I did what I could to bandage things up and try to make sure that she stayed conscious through this time. And if it wasn't for you and calling Mystelia in, of all people, who knows what would have happened. I, as a mother, never felt less in control. But these things happen, and there's nothing, unfortunately, now that I especially know this much later, no matter how much I want, need, yearn for the safety of my daughters, or for Alyssa, or for any of your party, I know that you can't promise safety. All you can promise is that you try your best.
I guess that'll have to do for now.
Or you become a most powerful sorcerer that I may has ever seen, and maybe I'll be wrong, and you can find a way to be able to keep your mother alive forever so that you could consistently always be the one to tell me I told you so. See? I guess that's possible.
Don't think I haven't ruled that out.
Just make sure I stay looking this good.
Done.
Who is next in initiative? I don't know if you guys put it in here, but we'll say just shout it out. We had an 18. Anyone beat an 18? No, Tish. I'm sorry. What did Tish and you get? 17?
17.
Cool. Anyone beat a 6? No one beat an 18. Yeah, Tish and go ahead.
All right. I'm trying to picture where Tishian's sleeping in this house.
Yeah.
I imagine it's just maybe on the floor in the living room or something like that.
Okay.
Just for the sake of a size.
Okay. All right. I'll stop rolling. You, Sabella, immediately says in the other room, sounds like your feline friend is. Wait. Oh, is that bad to say? I don't know if that's.
I have no
I say-
idea.
I-
I haven't asked.
Well,
Sounds like Tishin is up.
Did someone say the F word right now or no? Sorry, I thought I must have dreamt. Hey, I'm up. How's it going?
We
Is
had
there
it.
any?
Well, great to hear you. She gets up from her chair, gives you her seat.
Oh,
Says,
no.
you sit here, and no. You sit here. Just. Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. Let me just make sure. Okay, good. No, chair's fine. And I will make sure that I have. We have a lot of fruit. Is fruit good?
Fruit's fine. Do we have any protein of any sort? Maybe a nice sausage, bacon. Maybe a nice ham. Steak or chicken.
Oh, okay. No, no, I don't have anything that I have a lot of grains. There's some nuts here, some nuts that have some protein, and that might be good. Some Imaean nuts. Sorry.
That's no. Hey, no. This is beautiful. This is great. I thank you so much. I will chow down on some of these nuts and just thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Is there any coffee or anything like that? I feel like I've been interrupting y'all. Like, is there anything I can do? Do you want me to cook breakfast?
No,
real
shush. No, shut your mouth. No, I will get the coffee ready. Here's the bag of nuts. I rolled for this. It is actually just a plastic bag of nuts that says Heschel's nuts on it. It's like more like an Imaean nut, like basically it's like a walnut, but maybe like a little bit harder to, like it's even harder to crack, I think.
Sure.
Like maybe a like between the looks of a walnut and an acorn. Fans, go ahead and make an image of that and send it in.
Yeah. All right.
Never mind. Yeah. Okay. The walnut acorn hybrid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Please don't send us any other artwork than that.
I'm not going to touch that right now. Along with that fan art that may be coming through.
Yep.
No. So Tishin will just take those out. And I think Tishin will just start. He'll start taking them out 2 at a time and start trying to crush them with his hands to get some nut meat.
Great.
As he does so, is it obvious that is it Cecilia? Sabella, sorry. Is it
I don't know
obvious
who
that
Cecilia is.
I don't know. Is it obvious that Sabella is trying to like just make themselves busy to kind of get out of the room, or are they just like are they just working hard at being a good host?
I think you I would argue, I'm not going to make you roll for it, but I would argue that it's something that would be maybe a little bit hard for Tishian to be able to recognize. I feel like the household that you're in kind of works a little different. I feel like everybody kind of is like fending for themselves, and at least in the kitchen, because it's just pure chaos, I imagine, in a Leonin kitchen. So, but yeah, you get the idea that they're just trying to be a good host. They're 100% being the mom that refuses. You get the feeling that Sabella is the type of mom that will make food and refuses to sit down to start eating until everybody has a plate and has everything they need.
Perfect. Okay.
Boy,
Absolutely.
that sounds familiar.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I guess then okay. So I think Tishy is going to. Hi. Hey, I think good morning. How you doing?
Morning.
Morning, yeah. How so what have you been up to this morning?
Just catching up. The storm stopped, I noticed.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of stopped last night as soon as I kind of took over watch from your brother. And just sort of, what you're making a face at me. Sorry. No, I just was like just taking over, and it seemed like it just sort of stopped. Me and E-Wolf went out there together, and I was just, playing with my sword a little bit.
You see your mother hides her face in the refrigerator door at that remark.
Which remark? Which remark?
Probably the one about my brother.
Pretty much the whole, the whole.
All of it.
Oh, not the brother thing. No, sorry.
Oh, playing the sword.
Sorry, I must have missed the brother thing. Apologies. 1 second.
Good. That means she did too.
She did.
Great.
She absolutely did. I am rolling.
Great.
I'm rolling total dog shit tonight. So far, so bad.
Yeah. Did you get a good night's rest?
Sort of.
Sort of. Oh, okay. So what's the
anything interesting happening on your watch?
Well, me and E-Wolf had a good long talk. He's basically my best friend now. We're now
that's so
closer.
great for both of you.
Yeah, we're now closer than brothers in a lot of ways. I'm seeing the comment there. Are there refrigerators?
Dude, okay, I know I can say this out loud now. No, I didn't. I wasn't aware that both YouTube and Discord were going to blow up, and the idea of like, wait, there's refrigerators? Plastic is canon now?
I was going to say plastic is canon too.
Medieval. She puts
Even
her head in the
future.
icebox. How about that? She does that. She sticks her whole head in an icebox.
This is literally a universe in which ice and cold spells exist. I'm sure there's something.
It's not. It's
She's very good friends with water elemental.
I'll tell you what. I hear that I need to be more consistent in my descriptions of kitchen amenities, so I will make sure that I am more on top of it. Heard, chef.
Man, your mom's a big fan of Whirlpool. No, I'm kidding.
Everything's Whirlpool.
Everything's Yeah.
It's a Whirlpool microwave. You can tell it's like easily 20 years old. But she refuses to get another one.
Yeah. It's the same one Indiana Jones saved himself in an atomic bomb.
Shout out to Whirlpool. Sponsor us.
Harvest Gold appliances.
Get that shit out of here.
Oh
no.
God. All right.
Anyways, back to the story.
Yeah. No, me and Wolf talked. I mean, I guess I might as well like Tish and lean in. I feel like I should kind of let somebody know if that's all right.
No, what?
Are you okay? Are you okay with a little bit of a little bit of a me and you secret?
Sure, you can tell me anything.
God damn it. Okay.
You can't tell anybody else though, all right? So, E-Wolf's a little on edge, with everything going on. And I love him. I love him to death. You know, he's a very good guy. One of my favorite people, but you know, he's sort of talking about, you know, he's just concerned about him and Alyssa continuing to be with the party, and he's a little bit. I don't think he's gonna run. He told me he wouldn't for no reason, but I think it'd be better if there's more than one set of eyes on him. I think to some extent, just not in a mean way, but just in like a maybe friendly check-in sort of way.
Sure. I could talk to him if you think it might help.
No, I don't think you need to talk to him. I mean, I think I don't know. Maybe talk to him. I just think he needs to feel that we're more friendly than we are, or he needs to see the friendlier side of us. You know.
I mean, in his defense, he's really seen the crazy side of us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, it doesn't help that we've had 2 deaths in 2 months' time, and talking about going to, you know, places where we've destroyed towns and, you know, all these sorts of things. But I think he's coming from a good place. He just wants to take care of Alyssa. You know what I mean?
I can understand that. Well,
but yeah.
Thank you for telling me.
Well, yeah. You know, I just figured I'd let someone else know. I don't think it needs to go past you or me. I just think as long as we're both in on it, I wouldn't tell Bix, to be honest with you, because I think it would make him. I think it would just sort of make him needlessly worry about Alyssa. And I think he's already worried enough. So.
I mean, we're all a little worried about her.
Oh, I mean, I'm worried about her, but I think like y'all are really worried about her. So like, yeah.
Here's your coffee, dear.
Oh, hey, thank you, I appreciate that.
You're speaking in hushed voices. Obviously, I can get out of here, but is there anything I can help with?
No, you're fine, man.
Hey, why don't you have a seat and join us?
Oh, I'm good. I've been sitting all morning. I'll make sure that I just have enough. You know what? Maybe I'll go check Miss Delia's to see if there's any leftover food or protein.
I don't think so.
Why don't you just sit down and join us? Yeah, she's sold out. Just join us.
Just
take a break.
I'm gonna say, Tishan, roll me a persuasion check. You have to beat the 15 that Anthony made.
Oh
Persuasion?
no.
I mean, okay.
You're okay at persuasion.
I got a +7.
You are? Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Ooh, fuck. I rolled 15 exactly.
Well, maybe. No, I'm fine. Let me just give me that tea over there. You know what? I'm going to check just to make sure that Alyssa has. I'm going to wake her up and just make sure that she has all her things ready. Bags packed and all that. Yes. Let me know if you need anything in the kitchen. Just yell, or wait, maybe don't. Just come find me.
Sure.
As she walks out, you hear from the others from the other room. Just, oh, you okay? Great, Deem, you're up. They're all in the kitchen. Feel free to just meander in, just to walk. I'm gonna go check on Alyssa, and good luck.
awkward,
luck on them.
crossing each other in the hall, like sidestepping each other.
He's like up against the wall.
Yeah, like
Can't be.
no.
Yep. And I will say, well, I guess I need to roll a die. Hold on. Come on, die. Okay, great. Thank you. 17. Yeah, she's really keeping a respectful distance. She knows that she's fucking up. Like, and not even that she's like,
Yeah, but now I know why.
right. I will say she's picking up that and going and like trying to be apologetic now about it.
But she doesn't know I know why. She thinks she knows why I know why, but I saw what she saw in my father.
Oh yeah, no, you know why in a way that she would that she does not know. Yes.
Yeah.
But what she does pick up is like she picks up that she's being weird and you're catching it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm sorry. Just my head feels
Just doesn't
woozy.
know
Excuse
the
me.
level of weird.
Yeah.
I will say, as soon as like she's out of the room, and before they come back in, I'm gonna like chuck a grape at Titian. Hey, knock it off with the brother talk. I haven't told her yet.
Well, why didn't you tell her? I figured that'd be the first thing you talk about this morning. She didn't
Adim,
know.
It's
Adim, you come into the doorway. Mm-hmm.
Do I hear that?
Sabella should know she has a secret son.
she does.
I think you hear that.
Whoa.
I think you hear that.
What, is he drinking coffee?
Yeah.
I don't think he's even touched it yet. He just has it in his hand.
Yeah, I look at him and I do this, and I control water so it flips up in its nose.
What was
You
that?
need to watch that.
What am I doing?
I get to the table and I'm like, look, actually, I don't know that I should tell you, Titian. You can't keep the secret. However,
That's right, you're a really bad secret keeper.
I'm doing my best to listen for Sibelia, but I'm like, I saw our father last night, and I know why your mother is acting so strange. I look just like him. Well, not just like him, but enough that like it's probably creeping her out.
Ianthe, give me an insight check.
I bought a bunch of new D20s this weekend, so let's see if they're gonna do what I need.
Cool.
That one.
Amazing. Instinctively, you cannot help yourself. There is a oh god, what would have a mirror in it? There's a mirror in the kitchen somewhere that you do just like kind of like get up and like just like you have to walk over to it, just like look.
I'll go up and stand next to her.
Yeah.
Because I know what she's doing.
I could whip out like my own mirror, like my shell phone mirror.
If you think you have it, you think you have it on you at all times. I'm full
it.
on. I don't want to assume that, but yeah, I think that makes sense.
No, I always have it.
Yeah, you flip it out, and then Adim, you put your face closer. With a nat 1, it's you look the same. And looking at Adim looks like Adim, and you look like you. You don't recognize any sort of resemblance.
I guess we both take after our mothers a bit.
Maybe, which is what Titian, she doesn't have a long lost son.
What are you talking? Oh.
I have a different mother.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So
okay.
leave Sibelia out of it until Ianthe tells her.
Oh, sure. Okay. Okay, I won't. Okay. I'll just I'll stop. I'll try my best to stop. I just figured that she would know by now. I didn't think anything of it. I'm sorry. I was just trying not to.
Also, there seems to be some tension in my voice about my mother that Ianthe or Titian might pick up on.
Cool.
Not with a nat 1, I don't.
Not yet.
Ianthe definitely doesn't. Ianthe is unfortunately as engrossed in her own like physical appearance on her face right now, as she would be in the same way of like if no one else was in the room. You know what I mean? Like when you like are like checking yourself in the bathroom mirror, and you're like if someone walks in, you're like nothing.
But
that.
Adim grabs a piece of fruit because he probably sees the fruit that was there. He grabs a piece of fruit and just says, "I'm gonna go take a walk."
Yeah.
And he.
Hold on. Do you want to take some nuts with you? I got some nuts here.
No, I'm good, thanks. I
They're
don't usually
good
eat
in
breakfast.
protein.
I don't usually eat breakfast, and I take
Okay.
my orange because it prevents scurvy out of the room because I'm used to
Amazing.
if there's an orange available, I will always eat one. And
Let's have some fun with Titian, because I just imagine this is something that could possibly come up.
Okay.
Titian, roll me a luck roll.
All right, let's do it. Oh, that's a 1.
Oh no.
Luck is low, right? Low is luck.
Low is luck.
No.
Yeah, I think low is what makes this make sense. Titian. This is never. I don't. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to think. Here's what Titian knows. Pulling from backstory things, Titian, you have family of all relatively large, extremely healthy, bigger Leonins. You're, if I recall correctly, you're big for a Leonin. You're, I think a lot of that is attributed to your to both your mothers in their various ways, trying to make sure to instill good, healthy eating in you. And one of the biggest parts of that is absolutely, without question, do you want to die? Then you eat 3 square meals a day. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to die, you eat 3 square meals a day.
You want to die.
Obviously, you know which one that
Yeah.
phrase is from.
Yeah.
You can hear the talk to you. Well, he's not going to die. No, Titian is going to die if he does not eat 3 square meals a day. Like that sort of whole conversation that like flashes in your mind as you think back to it. And then you're like, you hear Adim says, I don't eat breakfast. And Adim's pretty fit dude. You've seen him like do some amazing feats of strength, agility, dexterity, whatever you want to call it. Just athleticism. And I'm going to give you a choice here, Titian. Or feel free to take this any way you want. There must be something going on with Adim that is a secret that he's keeping from you.
Oh my god.
To be able to stay in this amount of physical health.
Right. All right.
Oh,
With a nat 1, you 100% believe that over the idea that your mother may have been exaggerating.
Yeah, no. It's obvious. It's obvious that Adim
Oh my goodness.
is like secretly training in some sort of magic, and I don't know what it is.
You think back to all the times that Adim seemed to wander off randomly. Even now.
Hey, Ianthe, are we done talking? I gotta go.
Is this conversation over? Oh my god, that's so funny.
Because I've got other shit to do.
Titian walks off, making sure not to, closing the door of the Frigidaire as he walks out.
Okay. Just following after Adim.
Yeah. Titian is now on a mission. One of his missions similar to what he was on the boat, and he's going to be sneaky, and he's going to follow Adim.
You got it. Titian, please give me a stealth check. Adim, give me a perception check.
No worries.
Can you give me a little bit of an idea? Like, is it bright early, or are we talking like...
It's rather bright early, so I will say, like, you have to try your best to sort of stick to the shadows. Your initial stealth roll is not going to be in the shadows.
Okay. Totally cool.
Yeah,
All right.
and then Adim, go ahead and roll that perception check for me.
I did dirty 20.
Okay,
That's great. I got a 24.
Okay.
fantastic. Adim, where are you headed?
I'm headed to the water.
Cool.
It's just like
Cool. You mean the huge expanse of open ground that has absolutely no hiding spots for, I don't know, half a mile around in it?
That's where I like to be. I mean, I wasn't sure I was going to walk or swim because I was just going to go for a walk. But I mean, Adim, if there is a sea nearby, he's going in it for a while. He knows you're going inland for a while or being on a boat. He's not going to be in the water as much. I was going to just be near the ocean.
Titian, as you see Adim walking on the beach, clearly headed towards the ocean for some sort of water ritual that he's going to be casting to be able to keep his muscles strong.
Yeah.
Or something. What is it? I need to know. You are hiding. We picture Titian kind of like hiding in its way, just in a weird sort of sense of like Titian has somehow been able to like plant himself along the side of the side of Mustelia's bar, and like looks perfectly like the same shape of like a small tropical shrub that's nearby. Somehow just blending in this giant shape, Leonin of a giant Leonin. But as you are staring out, you're seeing nothing but empty beach, and looking at it and going, there's a real challenge.
Sand.
I can hear Chelsea.
I think it's great because like Titian hates sand, so it's like, oh my god, is this it?
Yes.
Is this it?
It's amazing.
Is Adim just sitting in the water? Is he just like?
I mean, honestly, Adim probably just like was walking about mid calf deep in the water, and then he just once he finishes the orange, he dives in.
Yeah, we've made like a varying, like we've had to like vary the measurement on this, but like truly in the idea of like time not having to be a factor on it, it is about a solid 200 or 250 feet of just beach before the water. We'll say at this point it is low tide, so it's definitely closer to the 250.
And I'm not trying to escape or hide. I'm just going. I go for a swim.
Right.
I hang out and I come back.
It's just flat sand.
I would probably also on the way out check on the boat.
Yeah. Cool.
I think Titian is just going to try to like bury himself in the sand a little bit and try to camouflage with his natural coloring to like just camouflage with the sand with that 24. I think he is just like staying a good distance away. I would say 150 feet.
Okay.
Or 200 feet. And like he's just going to sit there and like he's going to just like grit and bear it because whatever this secret is that makes it deemed so powerful, it's worth knowing.
Incredible. With 200 feet, roll me a perception check, Titian. I'm going to say, for what you're trying to figure out with disadvantage.
With disadvantage?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ooh. First one is a 12. All right, 12 it is.
Cool. With a 12, you do feel rather frustrated in this position right now. You can make one of two choices over the next, course of a few minutes while Adim is just sitting on the beach. From our perspective, Adim is just sitting on the beach enjoying an orange. You are aware of whatever Adim is calling out to for guidance and sustenance and whatever like warlocky sort of whatever patron he is trying to communicate with right now. It is hard to get a glimpse without getting closer.
Who does Adim owe allegiance to, and who does he owe in this moment? All right. if there's a ship in the harbor at all, Tishian's gonna try to run onto the ship and hide, and like he's gonna try to sneak and try to. I'm assuming there might be a ship.
There's a ship, but you do have to like run across 200 feet of beach to get there.
But I'm fast as fuck, bro. I'm gonna try to make this work.
All right, cool.
I will literally Misty Step to make this work if need be.
You don't have a 200-foot Misty Step, but so what I will say is give me one more stealth check now. At this point, it would be with disadvantage. If you have advantage for whatever reason, you can they will cancel out. But the disadvantage is you have literally nowhere to hide. You are just trying to book it and just really like hoping that Adim doesn't turn his head in your direction.
It's literally just if I'm in dim light or darkness that I have advantage. So.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right.
Disadvantage.
First one is going to be a new stealth, new this. That's going to be a 15.
Okay.
Second one is going to be a natural 20. Fuck.
Okay.
All right. So 15.
That's 15. All right. Adim, your passive perception at this point is a 13.
Yes.
So what we see is a team perfectly in time. Don't worry, Green and Bix, you guys will wake up. We see it this time. Adim happens to kind of like look out towards the water. He is looking at the Misty Maiden in the distance, and then turns to kind of face the wind a little bit to kind of get the idea of just like feeling the wind on your face, maybe to kind of speculate on things to have to worry about today, or just really just liking having the wind in your face. Who knows? You're just finishing the orange, but as you are turning and facing the opposite direction, we see in the blurry background just an extremely large Leonin hoofing it, just running to the spot on the deck. Tishian, you run onto the deck, and you're trying to get on one of like the fishing boats, like the small paddle boats.
I'm looking for like something just to provide a little bit of cover. Yeah.
Awesome. Roll me a d4.
D4. Let me grab one. 2.
Fantastic. Cool. One of them had someone in it. You did not jump into that one.
Awesome.
Cool. You just jump head first, smacking into the boards, the oars, everything that is stuck in this paddle boat. You like kind of like get bundled up in cloth, but you're like, and you can feel that you've made an impact, which is going to make the boat move a little bit. And Adim, you look back over in that direction. You just see a boat just moving a little bit.
All right. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
And then we just see Adim now, like a deep red cloth, like over his head, just peering up from the side of the boat, just watching.
Tishian.
Sorry, Tishian. Yeah,
I'm doing what?
With the cloak over your head, just peering through. And we'll pause you guys there. Incredible. One thing that does happen is Ewolf does come down, Ianthe, and just goes, all right. Oh, good morning. Wow, you're up early.
Everyone keeps saying that. Do I really sleep that late?
I don't know if you sleep that late, but you definitely sleep that hard. I mean, I could hear you when we were on the Misty Maiden. I could hear you in like the other. You're a few rooms over, and. Oof. Did you know that you snore?
Did you know that I shared a room with Donsig, and it was probably the three-headed dog that was snoring?
Right. You're right. It's probably that. Do we have coffee?
It's on the counter.
Okay. So today's the day, right?
I think so. We're ready to move on?
I'm following the I'm following the leader. Wherever you guys decide to go. At this point, both Green and Bixeldan wake up. same time. Wherever you guys are at. I know green we said especially was in a room. That was it.
I was gonna say, I think after waking up to give Tishian back the ring, I don't know if Green could sleep that much after that. So he probably like left early in the morning to just go take a walk.
You rolled an 8. You already rolled it, so you're waking up now. But we could say that you're just like you're walking out, if that's cool. Oh wait, or unless you're an elf and I'm missing something on your trance stuff.
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, so we'll say that you'll have to wake up later on that, but we'll say with that you just or we could say that you did do that and like came and just like was like resting and we're just coming to you now. That's fine. I'm good with that. So yeah, so we come into Green's room and we see Green is just kind of like sitting on the bed, just I think maybe just staring out.
Yeah, I think he would I think he'd again just kind of come downstairs. I'm not a breakfast person either, too much, and just kind of like go outside, kind of like bypass probably Tishian and Ianthe if I could
Tishian's
timeline it.
nowhere to be seen. Like I said,
so
we're
not,
meeting
like,
you
anything. We're all just
in
waking
this
up one by one.
Right, we're meeting you at this time. So this is like in the initiative. That's how you guys woke up. So you with the 8, you and Bixeldan woke up at the same time, which was later than everybody else. Or you woke up earlier, walked, and came back. The point is we're coming to your scene here at this point in time.
Yeah, I think Green would just kind of bypass everybody at whoever's downstairs and just kind of like go out the door and not necessarily explore Celeste because there's not a whole lot going on. Yeah. There's like 3 buildings.
There's more, but as far as the interest goes, there's like 3 buildings. Yeah.
Not like a creeper peering through people's windows. Like, what are people doing in the morning? I mean, he could be. Who knows? But yeah, no, I think he would take off and probably try to like, because I feel like Green would probably be more comfortable like in a woodsy area just from his childhood. Not so much the beach. I think the beach is nice, but it's like not where he's comfortable.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you head north towards the woods. The woods are just like anything in North Imea that is shrouded in possible hiding places. You know is extremely dangerous. So I think you probably just hang out on the cusp, sort of in between. But yeah, as you are walking out, you step over Bixeldan, and Bixeldan, you awake with a start from that. As you are. I think you just like. I imagine there's a possibility that you instinctively wrapped yourself in some materials that now, as it is morning, you're looking and saying like, "Oh, these are full dresses that I slept in." Like.
See, I pictured myself needing comfort and sleeping in a cabinet like Randy from Christmas Story.
I love that same thing, but you've now noticed like as you're like stumbling out, you're like shaking out your pillowcase, and you're like, "That is a full dress."
Yeah, and set it down. And my goal is I'm going to go grab something I can travel and eat with. I'm not going far. But if people start conversation, I will not ignore them either.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So, you walk into the kitchen as Ewolf is at this point in his conversation with Ianthe. Ewolf takes this opportunity to grab a piece of fruit from the board and says, "All right, well, just come grab me." And Ianthe, insight check.
Okay, new dice. Let's be not terrible. Oh, yeah, that's better. Insight 16.
16. Ewolf is still making a point to not be in the same room as Bix. I do not remember if Ianthe knows the reason why or not, if that was something that Ianthe was around for, but you definitely catch that.
But I can't remember.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll clock it and then just let him go.
Okay, you got it. And you see Bix walk in. Bix, are you grabbing a piece of fruit or something?
Piece of fruit, a handful of nuts, and
Cool.
I was going to go check out, make sure the sewing machine's ready to go for when we're gone.
Okay, got it. Anthony, do you say anything to Bix?
Morning.
Good morning.
You feeling okay?
As well as can be expected.
I guess that's fair. Any new friends visiting us through you?
I don't think so.
It's a win from yesterday.
This is true.
Hey, try to go easy on Ewolf.
Eolf
Sort
does
of-
not like me very much.
Well, he could start to like you.
He doesn't like me very much. I don't think he's going to like me for a while.
Just try to be nice to him.
Oh, I will.
That's a stop.
Oh, I will.
If it helps. I like you.
That's one of the nicest things anyone's ever said to me.
Oh,
And then I'll turn around and walk out.
okay.
Roll me. Do me a favor. Just roll me another initiative check, Bix.
Got it. 14.
14. Cool. Awesome. You happen to walk out as you walk outside. You have all left. You have all left. So it is just Ianthe and Sabella. Sabella walks downstairs and seems to be eyes open, like staring at nothing. We can't freak out. Does anyone know where Alyssa is?
Did she come talk to me or Bix?
Bix beat the initiative. Bix is already out the door.
Okay. Oh, so it's me.
Well, I wasn't leaving the building.
You said you were walking out. I
Downstairs.
assumed that was.
So I was going
walking
to go from the kitchen to where the sewing machine was. I was.
Oh, right. Okay, cool, awesome. So yeah, I think you overhear that.
Oh crap! I'm going to cast detect magic
Cool,
and start looking for her.
you got it. Detect magic as you cast it up. What is the range for detect magic?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. Cool. 30 feet is enough to be able to walk about maybe do a quick 10-foot walk around the place to recognize Alyssa is not in this house.
Oh. Now I start going out looking for tracks, seeing not like I'm a great tracker, but just trying to figure out where she could be.
Cool. You got it.
Probably heading to the beach if I have no other hint.
You got it. As you walk outside to go and try to find Alyssa, Ianthe, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go get Danzig
Cool.
because I remember that Alyssa can go invisible.
Mm-hmm. You got it. Cool. Yeah. So as you go out to find Danzig, you find Danzig. Sabella's going to give you advantage on looking for the tracks. On that, she's not very helpful, but she can at least try to give you the help action on that. So Bix, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Got it. I'm going to use a Flash of Genius and make it a 19.
Okay, cool. With a 19, You do not see any. You do see tracks at the front of the house. You see. You see 3 sets of tracks. So you see a set of tracks that's going straight to the beach. That seems to be like smaller humanoid foot. You see larger, clearly Titian like paws, following in that same sort of direction and then disappearing. About maybe like I think 10 feet out, which could be concerning. You also see a Grian. Do you think you walked the whole way?
Yeah.
Cool. You see another track of footprints that seems to walk out, go immediately right, and then seems to kind of wrap around the house, walking up to about where like Heschel's hut is.
I will follow those.
Cool. You got it. As you follow those out, we are going to... I'm going to say, Ianthe, you also have Donzig.
I can't remember which head has true sight, but I think Ianthe would know.
It's the right head.
I'm going to tell.
Or it's the left head.
I have it written down somewhere.
Thankfully, they're all attached, so in this case, it would apply.
Yeah. That head to look. We need to find Alyssa. Let's start looking.
You got it. Cool. As you guys head out, we are going to switch places if Fidget's good for it.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. So, switching scenery deep in the forest. We see Sif. Already full awake. Sif, what do you think you're doing as like a morning ritual sort of thing to kind of wake yourself up?
I think this is the first morning I've ever seen sunlight, even if it's breaking through an overcast sky.
Yeah.
So I'm like just laying on the damp forest grass, just watching the sun and the sky, just in awe. Like, I didn't know the sky could be so blue.
As Sif, as you were doing that, looking out to the sky, it's funny you say like the sky. I think this actually works. This tracks on the idea of like it is still overcast, so it is for anyone else it is significantly gray. Yeah. For you, that is blue. Like that is like, wow. There's actually color that's coming through here. That's like the difference on there. Just wait till the cloud parts, Sif. Sif, as you were staring up. Give me... Actually, I'll just ask you straight up. What is Sif thinking about, right? So you're noticing this sort of odd phenomenon with the sky. You're hearing that same wind, but it seems like the wind might be like... Truly, I think in your perspective, it sounds like the wind like might be like hurting or being blocked by something... Like some sort of massive wall must be keeping it from being able to blow as much as it usually does. You feel a gentle breeze, and that's concerning, I think.
A part of it is just reminding myself this is unfamiliar territory. Like, I don't know this land, I don't know any of the people here. And just imagining who I might meet and what I might meet, just coming up with these crazy stories, maybe based on the previous cities we've been through, is like, oh, I'm sure there's like, there might be a cat person. I've seen some of those, in my travels, but just trying to make up a story in my head of who we're meeting next.
Cool. You got it. You see, as you were staring up, just kind of like fully lost in thought, you see a figure full on kind of like they're to you, their little head kind of comes into view. The heavy cloak of Snorri, the old wise traveling companion that your family essentially assigned you to. What are you doing on ground?
Ah, good morning, my friend. I was looking at the sky. I've never seen it so blue.
Ah. It looks like on this day it is looking at you. That's good news.
Is it normally this, quiet?
There are, sorry, one second. There are many things that you have yet to see, even with just the sky. I was going to invite you out to come scouts with me, but I'm going to say, like, maybe you stay here. Just get used to the differences of this place.
Where are we scouting?
Just up ahead. I'm not sure where to drop you off, so I am going to be looking to see if our mission has made any movement elsewhere yet.
I would, if you would allow, I would love to come. I'll just like jump up real quick.
Cool. Give me a persuasion check.
Great start. We're at a 9.
Fantastic. I rolled a natural 19. Snorri looks at you and goes, once you become as old as me, you recognize that no matter what you know, what you study of this world, nothing beats natural instincts. So, natural instincts tell me for you to stay here.
Fine. I'll just like lay back down.
Maybe you not be so lazy and you can deal with the rest of the fire and just clean up things we are most likely going to be moving from here. I do not know yet, but I know that maybe you don't just lay about all day either. Yeah?
Yes, I'll just wave my hand and be like, I'll have it done by the time you return. I promise.
You have no idea when I'm going to return. I may already be back.
That's some magic I'd love. Nope.
It just disappears at that.
Snorri!
At this point, I will say I think you've gotten used to like almost every exit he's done has been that.
Yeah.
Just a weird, not creepy, but like just a weird old dude. Who I think for like what I'm kind of picking up vibe-wise from Sif, I think you can't help but like he's different. He's he's supposed to be respected, and I think there's probably a part of you that has like been constantly trying to fish for like what is it, and so far he seems like I said last session, like the magic that you've seen has been disappointing. Besides him just constantly just disappearing. Sif, you stay there for some time. Are you putting out the fire?
Yeah, after a few minutes I'll get up and start to clean up the camp and...
Cool. And I would say actually I think the fire is already definitely gone, but like cleaning up the moving the stones out of the way, getting rid of the wood. You notice over to your right side that there is a small tent that Snorri had made. I think your first day, Snorri did not make a tent and seemed to... you remember specifically he slept on top of a like large stone, like a natural stone not an obelisk, but essentially like a natural stone structure that stood like maybe like 20 feet up in the air. You remember at night as you were like trying to like fall asleep, you just like wake up in the middle of the night and just see him just like staring up at the sky amidst the thunder cracking and whatnot. Just a weird old dude. But at this point you see, oh, there was a tent. Okay. What do you do?
He said to clean up the camp, so I'm going to take that very literally and try to break down his tent for him.
Cool. Do you think you're doing so blindly?
In a way, because I don't think I've ever set up a tent or...
Sorry, what I mean to say is that there might be some things in this tent. If you happen to take the tent apart, who knows, a book or something might open up, you know, a bag might have fallen over.
Oh, I see.
If you catch my drift. You may, like, that may not be Sif. We're finding Sif out as we go along, so I'm just checking.
I think out of curiosity I would peek in just to see what was in there. And if not.
Cool. Roll me a d20.
A 4.
Cool. Nice. With a 4, you notice there's a small like burlap sack. The tent, as you're kind of taking, you just easily, with one hand you grab the top of it and like move the entire tent off, and you see below it there is a very I'm gonna say, I think in my head, like a very disgusting bedroll, like in the way of like something that should have been thrown out like 20 years ago, sort of thing. Of like, he just like is like keeping old stuff. It's like, no, it works, it's fine, it's whatever. It's that like sort of thing. And you see like flies immediately like seem to kind of like move away from it. You see there's like some bugs that seem to kind of crawl off immediately. But you notice that there's a burlap sack, and that's it. No other furniture, amenities. You've heard stories of wizards that will have like small, tiny little encampments that can't be more than 5, like from the outside of like 5 square feet around, something that a giant could only stick their head into. But giants would stick their head in and be able to walk fully in and see these amazing pieces of furniture and tapestries and whatnot. So once again, for the umpteenth time, you are disappointed. You just see a burlap sack.
All right, what's in the sack?
You open it up, and you do you think you're actually, this is a perfect time to introduce our fun little mechanic here on dealing with normal sized items with any sort of form of delicacy. So please roll me, I believe it's a sleight of hand check with disadvantage.
That is correct. Not bad, a 12.
12. With a 12, you see the disappointments just keep on coming as you see there are just like, looks like there are 3 books of varying sizes fall out. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
A 12 again.
Cool. With another 12, you see these 3 books. 2 of them, the titles of the books. I'll say one of them does not have a title. The other one seems to have a title, but not in a language that you understand. I don't think. I'm gonna. What are the languages that you understand?
Just giant and common. It should be.
Cool. Yeah, you got it. So you fully have no. I'd say with the 12, you look at the title of this book and go like, it's gonna be. I don't imagine. You look at the book and go, I'm pretty sure there's not gonna be any like pictures in this book, and it's most likely going to be in a language I do not understand. The third book is much smaller. You see there is a word that is written, I'd say not on the cover. Not on the cover, but I'd say probably on the next page over. The first page, you read the first word, and it says deer on it, but it says deer in giant. The other word you see says Jormungandr. With the 12, you notice that it looks like it's the beginning of a letter. I'm going to roll something here. All you see is 5 words, and it looks like it's written in a way that looks unfinished. And it's hard to tell if this was something that he had written recently or just gave up on. The words just say, "It's time I told you." This may feel insignificant to Sif, I'm not sure, but for some reason, it's something that is notable. I think, in the idea of an episodic sort of thing, we actually see the words on the page, and therefore they are important.
So, Fidget knows Jormungandr from Norse legend. Would Sif know that?
I think Sif does not know the person that this is referring to, unless there's something I missed in your backstory.
No, Jormungandr is like a creature in Norse. So,
yeah, I'm going to read something real quick.
Yeah, I don't think I would.
It is possible that that's who they're writing to. It is something that would be rather interesting, as you did not know that there was any sort of connection that Snorri had with this creature. But
Okay. I will gently put it back, try to make it look like I didn't go through the back, and just continue packing up his tent.
Got it. As you do so, give me a perception check with disadvantage.
$11.
With an 11, what you do hear is a rustling in the bushes behind you. You instinctively turn around, warrior style, extremely quick to look and see what it is. You don't see anything. We're going to pause you there. Grian, where are you headed?
It's probably just walking along the edge of the forest.
Okay.
Yeah, he might be like a tree deep, like so he's like there but not in the forest itself.
You got it. Go ahead and give me a... Well, let's do this right. I don't use this nearly enough, so... what is Green thinking about in this moment? What to kind of get an idea of like maybe not the headspace and how that would look visually.
Yeah, I think as the light of the tree passes his face, he just thinks of part of it. He thinks of Aaron. Part of it, he thinks of Xavier. He thinks of his parents, just kind of like everything that he's lost, and how he only has like the shirt on his back. Like he lost his home, he's lost friends, he's lost family, like he's lost a lot. So I think and in the attempt to just find something comforting, he turns to the edge of the woods.
With your passive perception, it is higher than an 11.
Yes.
It is just enough to see on the ground as you're looking around and just kind of like, I think you might be like, kicking like a pine cone away from you. You notice it kind of like, and then it seems to kind of like fall into this like little small divot, like, no longer than maybe like, no deeper than maybe like 3 or 4 inches. But it's in the sand, and you notice that from your vantage point, about maybe 15 feet away from you, you see it's a weird pattern in the sand.
He'll look down at it and probably like get down and look at it. Like,
well, you're 15 feet away. I'm saying, so if you walk up to it, you're gonna
so
see
it's
it.
like-
You're gonna see it.
okay.
Yeah. So you walk up closer to it. You notice it looks like at first like maybe like some sort of weird like maybe like a mating ritual sort of thing of a dance of like this like these like random woodland creatures of the forest like do crazy things until you notice a set of handprints that are small and clearly human. With a passive perception of 14, looking at this you're not sure, but it would be worth sending a message to anyone in your group, as the size of these hand marks and the scuttering of footsteps look like a small child that might have tripped in this spot.
Can I get a feeling if there's any magic there? I don't know how that would work, but
Say that again?
can I get like a feel of if there's any magic in the area? I don't necessarily have detect magic, but being a magical being myself.
I'm gonna say this. Give me a I'm saying give me a perception check. I would say, you know, arcana-wise, it would be difficult to be able to feel any magic. That's not a strength you necessarily have.
It's a 13.
13. With a 13, you look around and you look, you know, directly up ahead towards the area of like the way the hands are facing. And what you do see is about maybe 10 feet ahead of that, a single footprint in the mud. Just to be sure, you look all around, you look behind you, and you see figures approaching. A small goblin and a 3-headed dog and a blue water genasi. They're about 300 feet out from you.
I think he's going to think to himself, shite. And he's going to grab his rock. Has anyone seen Alyssa?
Yeah, I believe that goes to everyone. Essentially, I think we're missing one, right?
It doesn't go to Bix or Sif.
Chris, you can talk.
No, I don't have one.
Yeah, cool. Well, I mean, that's convenient because you're next to someone who does. But for everybody else, you all here. Does anybody know where Alyssa is?
Deem respawns probably while he's underwater. I haven't seen her this morning.
Titian will respond, no, I haven't seen her at all.
Ianthe, you realize in this moment is you have a rock, correct?
I believe I do, yes.
Cool. You realize at this point that's a very useful tool to be able to explain what you know.
Which is that she is missing?
That she is missing.
Yes. Yeah, I'll respond. She wandered off. Bix and I are looking for her right now. If you've seen anything.
At this point, Green, about 100 feet from you now.
I think she might have ran into the woods.
We'll hear that.
And I'm going to cast light on the nearest tree as kind of a beacon of where to go.
Okay. You want to cast on a tree or something that you're going to be able to carry?
Just on the tree.
Okay. Yeah, you cast the light on a tree that's up ahead. You don't see anything other than I'd say probably about.
Not for me to see, but to kind of be like, this is where I am.
So like you're setting a beacon for everybody
beacon
else.
For everybody else.
Gotcha. I love it. Very cool. Awesome. Do you tell everybody that you've set something there? For those that are not now at this point almost right next to you?
Yeah, as they come up, I find the tree. I lit it up for you. I know you're not too far behind, and I'm going to go into the forest, following the footsteps.
Cool. I'll swim to shore and head towards that.
Imagine, are you
like you can't lose one more person, and he's going to go.
Right. Are you for Titian and Adim? Are you running?
I'm probably walking quickly, just because we don't know how long she's been in the forest, and she may have gone in and come back out. So I'm walking quickly, looking around, like maybe, maybe I'll see her on the way.
Yeah, I'm going to say you get about 50 feet in on the beach, and you actually can see Sabella's house from here. And now you can actually see Sabella in front of it, just like giving an awkward sort of wave. You get the perspective here at this point, Adim. This is serious. Sabella is going to stay at the house, but you are now missing an extremely magical child. Um,
If I've gotten as far as Sabella and she's looking for, then I will at the side of Sabella, then I will run.
cool, you got it. Yeah.
Because like I was just looking before, but now that I know, okay, well everything past her, no, okay. So
Right. Tissue.
and if I see Titian with sand all over, I'm like, "What's up, friend? You trip?"
No.
I keep running.
No.
Yeah, what is Titian doing?
Titian is absolutely going to try to stay hidden from Adim during this moment to like
Okay.
he will just literally roll over and like if he sees Adim coming in, he will roll over and just try to stay out of sight. But having heard that Alyssa is gone or missing, he will actually in that moment of turning over use his ring and cast sending. Try to reach out to Alyssa.
Okay.
So he will, as he's rolling over in the dinghy that he's in. Hey Alyssa, where are you at? People are trying to find you. Please let us know where you are.
You immediately get a response back. It says, I'm being a hero.
Oh no.
Sif, what's your AC?
Oh no.
No, it's 15.
15. You feel a jet of fire hit you in the back. As you take as you take 10 points of fire damage. And with that, we will be rolling initiative
Being a hero.
before we take after we take, well, you roll your initiative now, but for everybody else, we will be taking our 10-minute break. We'll see you guys in 10.
PvP. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go through initiatives, putting that in now. But as we are doing so, we are going to have to add another mechanic to this piece. Grian, Roll me a d4, please.
All right. 3.
3. You are going to have 3 rounds. There's going to be 3 rounds without you. For Adim, give me a. That's going to be for Grian and Bixeldan and Ianthe and Donseg. So you're all going to be waiting three rounds. Adim, roll me a d4 and add 3. Can't hear you.
2.
Sorry, 5.
5
It's
total.
2, but he said 3, so yes,
Yep.
2.
Cool. 5 rounds for Adim.
Okay.
And Titian, go ahead and roll me a d4. Add
2.
5. 7 rounds for Titian.
Feels about right.
Hopefully she makes it, gang.
Is that? Never mind.
What's up?
Nothing. Nothing. I was going to ask. I was thinking like if I sent another sending, would I still have to wait another 5 rounds? But I'm fine. I don't need to interact.
What would you want to send?
More or less, like, don't be an idiot. Like, don't do this. But like, I don't think it. I think.
Imagine telling a 5-year-old child while they're in the middle of being an idiot, don't be an idiot.
Right. I also think Titian would just roll over and start running. So yeah.
Yeah. Cool. You got it. So I believe keep those numbers in your head, gang. So 3, 5, and 7. All right. Sif, what did you get? I don't have you on the. Oh, there it is. 7. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Cool. You did actually, believe it or not, beat Alyssa in advantage. So you go first.
All right. Just cleaning up camp, so I'm gonna run over to wherever my hammer is.
1 second. Can everybody who is not muted, please mute? Especially Chelsea. Yeah, it's Chelsea. Cool. All right. Please continue.
Yeah, wherever my hammer is, I'll run over and grab it and pick it up and just try to orient myself and see where the hell that came from.
You got it. Absolutely. Yeah. So you run back to, so you now, I think like in my eyes, as you had picked up the tent, you're also like, you have the sack in your hand and you get, slammed in the back of the head by this firebolt. You turn around looking in that direction. You don't see anything. You throw those things down, go and run for Sky Shatter. You pick up the giant maul that is a giant-sized weapon. I'm going to make it clear on this. And you look around. Give me a... I'm going to say, for now, give me a perception check.
What the hell? 11.
11? Cool. Awesome. You do not see a thing. By the time that you had to run and grab your hammer, there's a possibility that the thing that you saw rustling in the bushes seemed to have been able to make its way, if it was from the bushes, seemed to have been able to make its way around to the other side of you and shot a firebolt at you. So you are now fully not sure where this thing is coming from. You have no clue.
All right, I will just hold my ground and wait to see where this came from.
You got it. So are you holding an action?
I don't really have a ranged attack so much, so no. Yeah, I'm just waiting to see so I can charge next round.
Do you have javelins?
I don't think I actually do. I should.
I believe you should. I would say that you do.
I don't like throwing stuff. No, I'm just gonna hold my ground, honestly. I can take another hit.
You got it. So we'll say that what you're doing is you're holding your action to be able to have advantage on the perception to be able to see what the heck is hitting you. Cool. As Alyssa, from wherever she is at, is going to go to make another attack. This is the end of the first round here for this. That is an 11 to hit.
Does not hit.
Cool. Give me a, because you were kind of holding that perception, give me a perception check with advantage.
Okay. What the hell? First one was a 7. Second one was a 5. I need physical dice.
Cool. Alyssa is killing it. She is missing you, but also seeming to know where to be hiding from to be able to shoot. You actually hear on top of that, you hear the sound of rocks sort of like falling immediately to your right. You look over in that direction, and you don't see anything. Now at this point, you feel very lost on what is trying to hit you. Okay, that is so top of the second round. It is Alyssa's turn. Or sorry, no, it is Sif's turn.
I'm just going to hold again to try to track where the next attack comes from and see what the hell it is again.
Cool. You got it. I would say now in this case, now that you have an idea of like you getting your bearings of this thing seems to be able to move quickly, I'm going to say you can hold your action to attack, but you still are able to do a perception check with advantage now.
Okay.
So now if you're able to see that thing, you're able to use your attack if you are within range of it.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. She is going to attack for even less. That is a 10.
All right.
You see now this time it actually looks like a lightning bolt that hits like just at your foot. Pretty enraging that whatever is attacking you is trying to use thunder on you. You go and give me that perception check with advantage.
A 14.
14. She rolled a 13. So at this moment, you do notice you notice that there is a branch. I'm going to roll to see how far she is from you. Okay. You see a branch in the distance about 60 feet away from you that looks like it has just moved in reaction to something about in that same sort of area of where that strike came from.
I am going to charge in that direction. I can go 45 feet. I guess I'll use my action to get the full 60. And do I see her now?
You do not.
Okay. But I ran all the way over there.
Cool. Give me an intimidation check.
Ah, 11.
Cool. Nat 20, brave little girl. From our perspective, we see a like ethereal sort of version, bright, like sort of shining lights that seem to be like reflecting, actually not shining lights, like more of like a chameleon-like sort of appearance from Alyssa as Alyssa goes running and bounds between, like slides between your legs and goes and runs opposite side as we see the half-storm giant Sif looking around in the direction of where she was. That is the end of round 2. She's rolling really well on that stuff. She's not hitting you, but okay. That is the end of round 2.
Yes.
Cool. So we're at the top of the round 3. This is the last round before you're able to show up, Grian, and those that were in the 3. Sif, it is your turn.
Again,
right?
just
Did I skip a turn? No, you held your action. No, yeah, we're good.
So same thing, just try to find what I'm supposed to be fighting because I am
Cool.
blind.
I'm going to say this in this regard. Give me a charisma saving throw, I think.
Oh no. 14.
14. This thing, 14 just fails. This thing is pissing you off. You know the general direction of where it was at one point in time. It's worth it. Take a shot.
I think being that mad, I would actually choose to rage.
You got it.
And just scream out like, where are you?
Grian, Ianthe, and Donzig are going to hear that. Also, by the way, before I forget, Ewolf is going to be sharing your initiative, Adeem. You all hear that about an octave lower, I think, than how Fidget just said it. You hear this like very like whoa, like that sort of like reaction. I think at least for now. We can correct it later if we need to. And you hear that rage as you, I think, Sif, you just instinctively like stomp on the ground. And the whole earth seems to shake in this moment. You are having to, the rest of you are going to have to be making your full movement to be able to get there, to be able to kind of be on the scene of what's happening here. So, Grian, what is your full movement?
Full movement 60.
Cool. So you are about, I would say you're about 80 feet away. You feel a rumble that kind of knocks you for a second as you continue to run. Something big is near. As you also, I think with like having that rage, we do hear like a distant sort of like sound of thunder. So it's hard to tell. Maybe there was like you didn't see a flash, but you're in the canopy of the trees. Maybe something like did touch down that is really close.
Does a Dean hear any of this that you're
You're
describing?
way too far away, I think. Only Grian.
Okay, because if I hear it earlier than I get there, I'll use haste.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if you guys wanted to, I think using you're using action dash, you're using like all these things.
Mm-hmm.
I think everything that's happening with those that are here on this are just using their entire, especially now, using their entire sort of like all their resources to get there as fast as they possibly can. Yeah, go ahead.
I say I will use action. I'll use full movement, action to dash, and then I'll use my bonus action to Misty Step. And I'll get to directly what's going on. So that'll take me 90 feet.
Okay, cool. Within 90 feet, what you see is through the trees, a figure seeming to kind of like loom. At first glance, I think you get the idea of like someone that must be on like a high cliff like a low cliff, like leading up to something, and you see something like something massive, like about 3 times bigger than their head. That is in the air, maybe like another sort of rock formation that they're kind of under. At this point in time, it's really hard to tell. But yeah, you jet forward ahead of, slightly ahead of everybody else in that. And you see a face. That's about it. So last to go on this turn would be Alyssa, right?
Yeah.
So Alyssa is going to attack. Cool. That is a natural 19 to hit. I'm going to now tell you guys the mechanic of what is happening here. Every time Alyssa hits, I'm adding a dash to something.
Mm-hmm. Do I get to try to perceive her again?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
There we go. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Cool. So she does hit you for 9 points of fire damage. And then you see an outline of a small creature, full on like predator like, as you see like the weird mirage of this thing there. It is you were holding I say you use your bonus action, you're holding your action for that. I'll say this is kind of a little bit wonky, and I think that makes sense. So it is your turn.
All right, and I just see an outline, like I don't see her. Is she invisible?
She seems to be invisible. She seems to be using some sort of invisible sort of thing. What did you get on your perception check?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20 is to know that whatever is attacking you seems to be, first off, unrelenting. It attacked you after you raged. So what I'm telling you, Fidget, is you do not know that it is a 5-year-old girl.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to laugh at her. Okay. I guess I'll hit her. I'm going to swing in the direction of the outline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got it.
Where's my one? There we go. Does a 25 hit?
You see as okay. Okay. A 25 definitely hits as you swing down with your hammer to knock into this small object on the ground. You see a blast of light that mechanically speaking, she loses concentration. I'm going to say she loses concentration beforehand to be able to throw up the shield that you break completely through. But give me one more perception check, Sif.
17.
17 is enough to see that what you hit is a small, seemingly most likely young human. But you've already made contact. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Mm-hmm. That's 21 damage.
Full out. Thankfully, it does not double her HP, which is good. Because she would be full dead.
I might have to roll a new character.
But she is unconscious beneath your... you actually, like, there's a couple things that immediately come to your mind. What I'm going to see under my hammer is no longer going to be existing on this plane anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a thought in your mind that does come across in the... I don't know how Sif is perceiving this. But what you do get is a small sliver of like an impressive sort of thing of the idea of like that was a solid hit that this person seems to still be breathing from, however clearly unconscious. We are now full on to the top of the round. Grian, you are. Go ahead.
Because Sif is very motherly, if I can see as a child, I would bonus action Valkyria her. Just out of panic.
Ooh,
like, oh my god, I hurt a child.
That's fucking good. I definitely had your character sheet up. Where'd it go? Yeah.
Like,
does it have to be? It has to be an ally, right? That's like.
It just says. I mean, you can change the wording because it's homebrew, but it says you or another creature of your choosing.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, either way, you can decide that someone's an ally, I think. Okay. At least in this case. So yeah, absolutely, you can use your. Wait a minute. If I recall correctly, you used a bonus action. I'll allow it in this case. That's way too cool to not do. Valkyria is a bonus action to use, right?
Yes.
I think technically you already used your bonus action, but I will allow it in this case to use your like second attack in this. To be clear, just in this case.
Oh, I did just see her.
I think you used it to rage, and then you were holding your action.
Last round I raged.
I think which is also a little wonky.
I'm all confused.
No, sorry, that is my fault. We play to the story, right? That's the main goal.
But out of panic, I just like freak out, and I like cast one of my runes onto her and just give her 3 health.
Cool.
What are you doing?
Amazing. Grian, roll me an insight check with disadvantage.
All right. 7.
Cool. From your perspective, you saw this large creature that you do recognize must be some sort of giant-like being slam into the ground. You see an unconscious Alyssa on said ground, and then you see a blast of like how do you think it manifests, Sif?
It's like the runes are glowing on the hammer, and whenever I use a rune, one of them kind of almost turns to blue snow and casts off to whoever I'm healing. So like
blue snow, you said?
Yeah.
Got it. Sorry, I don't know where I went. Cool. Yeah. You see a blast of this like weird sort of bluish light that seems to kind of like come around her. But with the 7, you saw an attack and you see an unconscious Alyssa. We are now at the top of the round for everybody who is done with the round 3, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is Grian, Ianthe, Bixeldan, and Donzig. Cool. I will roll for Donzig. Donzig is going last in the initiative. Rolled on that one. But it looks like Grian is first, I believe. Yeah.
I think Grian would just like scream like Alyssa and run straight for her body to like pick it up and keep going.
Cool. There is, I mean, you rolled a 7. So here's what I'm going to say in this regard. It makes sense for you to run for Alyssa's body immediately. I do imagine there's going to be some sort of defensive action that you're going to be taking on the idea that you are running right near the area of a giant, right?
Yeah.
So like, here's another way to put this too. Alyssa's. I understand Alyssa is a human and a small creature, so therefore there's some sort of mark to it. But Alyssa is also a 5-year-old child. I'm going to say in this case, whatever you want to do with Alyssa is going to be an object interaction for this. So it's going to be very simple on that.
Okay. Yeah, no, I would run again. I would just run to her, pick her up, and if I get swiped at, I have a plan.
Okay, you have actions. Like I said, you don't have it. You didn't need to spend an action to do that. That's an object interaction.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I would probably, seeing that she's unconscious, I have my, and then I would heal her to get her back up.
Yeah, she is not unconscious when you see her. Her eyes open up. Sorry, I didn't explain that.
Got it.
How much did she heal for? 3?
3.
Yeah. Her eyes are kind of like blinking open.
Okay. So I imagine I'm like, dove for her. I've got her. I'm like not that far from Sif.
You're 5 feet. You're 5 feet.
Well, my plan was to grab her and like keep going. To like get her out of the danger field. So I think there's a part that you have to remember that you're not
aware that this is like an eventual companion. Do you know what I mean? Like any other creature, you would have done something defensively, even like attacking defensively to try to be able to push this thing off. If you feel strongly that you would just be doing that and just focusing on that, that's fine. But yeah, you're absolutely gonna have an opportunity attack on you.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. So you're sticking with that. Got it.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, Sif. You're raging.
Yeah.
I think, like, I'm not trying to force this thing in this case, too. If you wanted to kind of roll something to be like, you're also a giant. Like, a lot of this just doesn't make sense on the idea of like you would stop a fight.
Okay. I guess I'd hit. I don't know, because I just think I accidentally killed a child.
Sure. I think there's also a part of you, if like, and this is just building from what we know on D&D Beyond of the idea of like giants. Giant culture, they begin training at an extremely young age. You do not know if this small child, albeit very easy to kill, has decided to start a contest with you that now has been interrupted by someone else.
On that note, can I try to grab him from him running away? Like,
Yes.
is it an attack?
Absolutely, yeah. You can do a grapple. I'll allow that for an opportunity attack. Cool.
Grapple. What is that, athletics?
Yes, and you have advantage.
Are you kidding me? 13.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Incredible.
The other was a 1.
Green, give me an athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Okay. It's gonna be 15. It's gonna
15.
be
Cool.
probably acrobatics.
I feel like I should be giving you a disadvantage because I said you were holding a child, but I also said it's an object interaction, so therefore I have to stick with my word on that. Yeah, you are able to dive out of the way from this. Also, just to kind of put things in perspective for you guys, because I know like a lot, like it's very easy to like think of the like fantasy sort of depiction of like when a giant moves, it looks really slow on camera. That is not what's happening here. It is quick. It is lightning fast movements from Sif that Green, you just managed to be able to kind of duck out of the way as a giant hand comes flying at you to grab you, but misses. So you continue your movement.
I know that it technically requires me to take damage. I'll save it. It's fine.
Okay.
I was like, what if I hellish rebuked her? Like, could I just do that for fun? But
No, you have actions, man. If you make attacks, if you're wanting to do damage, do damage. You have actions. I don't know what.
I don't
know what you're stuck on.
No, my goal would just be to get her out of there.
Right.
Everyone else is coming. I know that they're coming, so it's.
Yeah. So in that case, right? So I think your options are action dash or attack.
As an action, I'm going to use. I've never used it before. I'm going to use Blade Ward to give me resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Cool.
Considering a giant hammer.
You got it. In this instance, that is not going to protect Alyssa. I'm just going to make that clear. Cool.
Correct.
You got it. All right. Cool. That was Grian's turn. It is now. So for the rest of you, the difference is going to be you guys are coming into the scene and you are. Grian was 60 feet away, so you guys would be 90 feet away. Right? Math? 60, 70, 80, and 90? Yep.
Math is stupid. Okay.
So that is. Anthony rolled a 12. Bix rolled a 13. So Bix, you are next.
Okay, so I'm 90 feet away, so I'm going to cruise 30 feet, which will put me within 60 feet. And, like, I'm going to get this thing's attention. Cool. So I'm going to raise my hand, and something is going to unusual happen. Bix is going to cast a spell, but he's not going to be casting it through any tools or anything. It's coming straight out of his hand, and he's going to toll the dead.
Cool. You got it.
Which is a wisdom 16.
Let's see if my -1 will do it. Not with a 4 for a 3.
Oh no.
I'm terribly sorry. Because you've been damaged, right?
Oh yeah.
I would also provide some insight for you guys as players right now. There is no way I'm killing Sif tonight. All right?
It's
So
funny,
have
though.
at it.
But I think this will get their attention with an 18 necrotic damage.
Yeah.
You can say that. You can say
Ooh.
that, Joe. But I'm coming in with sneak attack and like a smite. So
Cool. You have to double their max health to kill them. I will get in the way before that happens. I promise you. I'm just saying that, like, feel the immersion, please. But also, it just feels like you guys are holding your punches back. So I'm just giving you that sort of.
I'm not.
Yes, thank you. Cool. 18 necrotic damage, Sif, as you see another small creature significantly similar to the size of the thing that you just attacked hits you for that amount of necrotic damage. Anything else for Bix's turn?
That's all I got. Because I'm not. I had one other thing I might do, but I'm not 30 feet away from Alyssa, I'm assuming.
You started out 90 feet, so tell me what the movement is that you're doing.
So I can move 30.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
puts
So
me
you
at
move
60. But Green's going the other way, right?
I think Grian's going. Grian, how far did you get? So you were 60 feet.
Like, I would have started my turn, like, right there.
Oh, so you are right there.
Yeah, so I would have started right there. So I imagine it was probably like a 15 feet to go grab her, and then 15 feet back. So.
Oh, gotcha. So there wouldn't have been an opportunity attack in the first place.
He'd still be 60 feet. That's right. He'd still be 50 feet away.
Cool.
So.
Just for the record, you told me you were going to keep going, so that's why I had the opportunity to talk on you. That wouldn't have applied here.
I mean, it was like a turn, like grab her, like turn back around and keep going. Like
cool. Yeah, I think
running,
to the story it works. That makes sense.
So Alyssa is not 30 feet from me or less then?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
She's at minimum 60 feet.
Yep. Okay. So I believe that ends Bixeldan's turn. It is technically because you guys are on the same initiative, right? Wait, no. She rolled crazy low. Apologies. Sif, you're at 7, and she rolled lower than that. Cool. So it is now Ianthe's turn.
I keep running. I run
Cool.
my full 30.
Okay.
And then I will shoot a sacred flame at this giant person
Got it.
who attacked a 5-year-old. So if I need a dexterity saving throw.
I believe you have advantage.
What?
Yes. So
Mhm.
first one was a 16. Second one was a 7. So 16.
That failed. I'm so sorry.
Yes, it does.
I have a very high DC. That's 8 radiant damage.
Okay. Anything else on Ianthe's turn?
Did I get rid of that spell? Oh, I think I did. Yep, that's it.
Cool, you got it. Ianthe, you do it quick, like kind of like look around. You see this giant creature, literally giant creature, standing. Was it 10 feet tall? 9 feet?
9
2?
foot 2.
9 foot 2. I mean, Grian, you thought that they were on a ledge and they were on the ground. Like that sort of difference in height just doesn't make any sense. Cool. That is no, that's not Tishan's turn. Screwing myself up with this. Who was with you? Donzig?
Yes.
Donzig was with us.
Donzig rolled a nat 1, so it is going to be Sif's turn.
So he just grabbed her and ran away. I just got hit
Yes.
real hard from the other little one. How far
From
away
two
is
from
he?
two people who, if they're running straight towards you, they both did. They're probably pretty close to each other.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Are they within... Oh, I'm sure they're within 120 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm
And
gonna
reminder,
turn...
that is 8d8. We changed that.
No, that's right. Sorry. I'm gonna turn to them and just be like, I was trying to enjoy my morning, slam my hammer down, and cast a Zephyr both on both Vix and Ianthe.
You got
It's
it.
a DC saving throw of 10.
What kind
No,
of saving throw?
that can't be right.
Is that a magic?
Dexterity. It is. Well, it's
It is not a spell.
Okay.
So if we need to read the difference there, sometimes it gets a little weird on it. No, it's 14 is the save. It's a con save.
You said it's a dex save? A con save.
Dex.
Con save 14.
Con save 14. Okay, I need to change that because it says Dex save
Oh,
10.
con?
I'm flash of geniusing
You're right,
myself.
it does. It shouldn't, yeah.
I'm flash of geniusing myself to a 15.
That's a reaction to do?
Yes.
Cool.
Was it? It was Constitution, right? Not Dex.
Yes.
Yes.
It is Constitution. I apologize for the
Fif-
description's wrong. How it's marked on the attacks is correct.
okay,
Apologies.
15 then.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, I was reading the description.
Yeah.
So both got a 15. That's good for you guys. Do you still take half damage?
Yes, you do.
Probably.
Okay, so what is half of 52?
26.
26 damage.
There it is. There's my storm giant.
So we won't kill her, but she might kill us. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm gonna
Now you guys are getting it.
I'm gonna start.
2/3 of my hit points right there.
I'm gonna start making my way towards them.
You got it. Cool. Yeah, you're now running towards them. As you do so, you feel another firebolt hit the back of your head. You take 3 points of fire damage as you see in the arms of Grian a now clearly able to be seen a human that looks young. You have no concept of what a human child looks like, but you know what a giant child looks like. And you see like extended features, like high cheekbones, like dimples, things like that. Actually, you don't see dimples because she's not happy at all. She is lifting herself up from the arms and shooting another firebolt at you. You see the red tips of her hair seem to be glowing out. She hit again, so that's 3.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. Cool. Yeah.
That is the end of her turn. As that is pretty much all she can do. She can't even have movement because she is being held.
Oh, sorry. It says
No,
my
please.
Oski is a reaction. Where I can heal
Say that
myself.
again?
It says my Oski, where I can heal myself, is a reaction.
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna give myself 8 hit points this round.
You got it. Absolutely. As you see the Sky Shatter itself, like the these odd sort of large runes seem to glow and shoot down from the top of the mall into the hands of Sif. Amazing. That is now Danzig's turn. Still need to make a stat block for Danzig, but I know the general idea of Danzig. Danzig is going to run after you. Actually, Sif, roll me a nature check with advantage.
Okay. Let's see. 12.
Cool. interesting looking creature running after you. You see 3 heads. There's a part of you, this natural sort of giant part of you, that looks at this thing and goes, at least it's closer to my size. As you see it come bounding up to you, roar at you with all 3 of its heads, and you see fire seem to shoot out of its mouth and actually, no, it's a saving throw, so give me a dex save.
Let's see.
I'm gonna say you have advantage because I rolled a nat 1. You gotta count the nat 1.
Okay. 17 then with advantage.
Cool. The 17, you're going to take half that damage. Wow, Donzig. You take 3 points of fire damage.
Perfect, and I roar back.
Give me an intimidation check.
Or 19, sorry, 19.
I rolled an 18, and I was like, oh, man, well. Incredible. You see Donzig's ears go back, and you see it take a full 5-foot step back. It barely hit you with its shot before, and now it seems to be perturbed by you. Okay, I believe that ends the round, unless I'm mistaken. Cool.
You're correct.
So now we are at the top of the 4th round. It is now someone.
Grian.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to put Alyssa down on the ground.
Whoops, shit.
And just look at her and be like, I need you to hide now.
Good luck with that.
Give me double disadvantage is not a thing in this game. So just roll a disadvantage.
What am I rolling? Persuasion?
Persuasion, yeah. Or intimidation, whatever makes more sense.
Either way, it's a +4 for 18.
She rolled a 19. She literally, like, you get close to her face, and she pushes your face out of the way. And you actually feel like a burning hot mark on your hand. You can tell she didn't mean to do that. But she pushes out her face. I got it. And moves and tries to move forward to you. It is still your turn. It is still an object interaction to just grab her.
Okay. So I might need to save that. I'm going to, I think, bonus action Wings Out. And cool. I'm going to, if I can get my shit to disappear. There we go. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at Sif.
Cool.
2 strikes.
Sif, you see the wings come out, and you specifically are like, that's a cool trick.
Even cooler trick, it's going to be a nat 20 for a 27.
Hell yeah.
On that first one. The next one's going to miss. But
cool.
For a total of like 9. So the number is super low.
I think Sif, you're just like paying attention to. You're kind of like lost in the angel wings that just came out, and part of you is wondering, like, in your subclass sort of thing of like if you are seeing a essentially like a good omen of but also kind of like a bad omen. Like now you're like, oh, is this how I'm gonna die and you're gonna take me? Like this is the I think there's a possibility that you think Rian is a Valkyrie.
And then as she takes 24 damage from my packed weapon is going to come out as a warhammer to like mimic Sif's, and
nice.
He's just going to be like, your fights with me.
Love it.
And I'll probably use my movement to fly up into the air 6 feet, so I'm at least 3 feet above her eye line.
Amazing. Sif, you take one look at this and go, yes, it is. It absolutely is.
Nice.
And that's
Incredible.
my turn.
Awesome. It is now Pixeldan's turn.
How far am I from Sif now?
I am in your face.
Sweet.
Yeah.
The lash of lasting agony's coming out,
Nice.
and I'm gonna swing.
Do it.
Oh, it's thundering agony. I'm sorry.
Do
Yeah,
you
come
have
on,
that
man.
back?
I don't-
That's right.
Because I didn't give it back to you. I gave it to
Well,
somebody.
no, you took my multi-tool.
Oh
And you
no,
dr-
you took your whip and gave it.
You
to
dropped
Tishy
it, and I said, "Don't give this back to him until he calms down."
Okay, that's cool.
And I have your multi-tool.
Okay, all
But you
right.
don't know
So, well, I'll have to.
I'm gonna be a DM here and say
Okay.
there's no reason to not make that cool. So
That's cool. Okay.
yeah, go ahead and pull
so
that out.
that's a dirty 20 to hit,
That
Cool.
hits.
and so that's is this all lightning damage, Joe? Or is it
Whatever
slashing
it says,
plus
I thought I
lightning?
did pretty good on that. I think it's slashing plus lightning.
Okay, got it. I just wanted to make sure because you had said something about something being weird. So
Okay,
9 slashing damage
we'll look at it.
and 1 lightning damage.
So would that be 0 if I'm resistant? Considering it's just 1.
No, you have to take at least 1 damage of
one.
something. So unfortunately, it is just 1. But yeah, stylistically wise, you feel, I think you feel energized by that lightning damage for sure.
And how far is Alyssa from me? Now, I know this is hard to. I know it's all weird.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
Grian, did you run away and then put Alyssa down?
It probably would have just been where I stopped.
Where you
So-
stopped. So that would have been 30 feet, right? Because you guys were 30 feet away from Bixeldan. How far were you away from where Sif was?
Well, the
60
toll
feet.
the toll the dead came at 60 feet,
60 feet. Okay.
and then she said she was in my face. They said they were in my face, so I didn't know how close Sif had moved.
Sif would have moved up 35 feet, which means it would have been 30 feet between Bix and Sif. So if
45.
Bix used his full movement
45.
to get to Sif, or 45. So if
Yeah.
Bix used his full movement, he would have been at least 25 feet away, like 25 feet away. Or
Yeah.
at least 30 feet.
So
forward.
so Sif, you were not in Bixeldan's face actually.
So the whip would have never happened then.
You could walk up. I mean, you're not.
Yeah.
you're
Oh no,
just
no, I would have.
fine.
No, I would have closed. My goal is to keep their attention.
Cool. So yeah, you run up to 25 feet. So then, therefore, you are.
Probably make it 20 because I have reach.
Yeah, love it. So you would be 45 feet plus the 5 because you don't need that reach. So you're 50 feet away from
Dang it.
Alyssa.
So I move 20, move 10, I'll be 40 feet away. So I am going to move around Sif to try to get closer to Alyssa. But
Okay.
staying in their threat range.
You got it. Cool. Awesome. So that ends that. It is now Ianthe's turn.
Okay. Sif, are you still in my face?
I think we determined like 15 feet or something away.
That works.
You're about 30 feet or so away.
Oh, 30.
30. 30 works.
No. Because you were both 25 feet away from them.
So Ianthe's 25 feet away right now, starting
Right.
off. Okay.
Right.
Still works. Oh man, I could do something super nasty, but we're gonna go slightly less nasty. I am going to. There's all this shouting, and I'm just gonna say, listen, we have no fight with you, but we do need to get out of here, and we can't have you stopping us. Yeah. So I'm gonna cast blindness.
Okay.
Constitution save, please.
I hate D&D Beyond. I hate these dice. It's an 11.
11. You got it. I mean, that's the hard part about the barbarian stuff. Barbarians don't have the best saving throws.
No, that's with a
usually.
+6. It's just I've not rolled above 10.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
con save? Yeah,
Good
jeez.
one, yeah. But you are blind. Blind. No.
Oh, boy.
No. And
That is a
then,
problem for Seth.
and then I think I might just say, okay, let's get out of here, please.
Okay. Great. Do they have... can they make saves on this? End of each of his turns. Right, you're casting blindness, deafness?
Yes.
Cool. End of each turn, sorry, can make a con save throw and a success spell ends. Cool. All right, so that is... oh, I lost my place here. No, I didn't. Cool. That was Ianthe, so it is now... it's now Sif's turn.
Cool.
So, you know where these creatures were.
Exactly.
Ianthe, did you move?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no, I probably would have. I would have said, let's get out of here. And I probably would have started running toward Brian, because he has a whistle.
You got it. Cool. And I'm only saying this because we don't have a physical battle map right now. Last thing you knew, Bixeldan was 10 feet from you.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna swing blindly at wherever Bixeldan was.
You got it. You have disadvantage on the attack,
Yup.
which you can also reckless attack, by the way.
Oh, I probably will have to.
So that just cancels that out.
No, I won't, because with disadvantage, it's a 21 to hit.
Okay, you got it. Cool.
For 10 damage. A swing again. With a 16 to hit at disadvantage.
I can't hear you, Chris.
I cast shield.
Cool.
Okay.
You got
So
it.
my AC is 23 right now.
So what I'm gonna say on this, because this is something that I think, because you're used to the, battling things out. Hostile creatures are already going to have advantage here. Also, this is an important sort of distinction from Baldur's Gate. As of right now, for D&D, you have to say reckless attack before you attack. Baldur's Gate is opposite. It's actually like a reaction to do a reckless attack. So, what I will say, you also have the information that they're going to have advantage on you anyways, which is the only downside to reckless attack.
I mean, at this point, I already rolled, so I'll just keep that for next time to note.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yep. That's fine.
The first one 21, second 16, so neither hit. Or shield only good for one attack.
No, I said it, but I was muted. No, it's for the round. Once I cast it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just for safety's sake, what is your AC when you're
Me?
casting shield? Yeah.
23.
Great. So then that's not going to matter anyways. Great.
I have an 18 AC naturally.
Cool. Awesome. Sweet. Yeah. So swing and a miss on that second hit. No luck.
I'm at
Yeah.
10.
Are you adding your rage damage to these hits? Because that doesn't calculate automatically.
Oh. Is that an addition to attack?
Mm-hmm. If you're attacking with a
so
strength weapon.
plus 2? No, then the first one would have been a 23 to hit.
No. Sorry. Just to the damage, not to the attack roll.
Damage. No, it was not. Granted, I've only hit Alyssa so far with my hammer.
No, you just hit Vix.
No. He's
Your
shielded.
first. Oh, you shielded for the first attack.
Yeah.
I was on mute.
Got
when
it.
I said it.
Got it. Cool.
And then I'm
Um,
gonna bonus action heal myself a little bit.
Cool.
And that's my turn.
All right. Give me a con saving throw. What's the DC, INT?
18.
Jesus.
Yikes, okay. Oh, that's Dex, ignore that. Con... Dirty 20.
Cool. In that moment, as you, hey, good thing you didn't attack recklessly, because now you are not going to have a advantage on the attack rolls against you. As you like continue to sort of like blink your eyes, and then you see, you feel like there's a moment where your eyes seem to, let's do this. I'm going to say for like the next like hour or so, you're actually like, there's something that seems to like power through you, and you're able to now see everything out in front of you, but now it is like a different color. Like everything is like a shades of blue to it. Doesn't affect your vision at all, but like that's like, it was like you're gaining something rather than like shrugging something off to fight against that. Nice. Cool. That is now, keep clicking away. I believe that is now Alyssa. Yeah.
Turn.
Cool. Alyssa's going to roll to attack again. That is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Cool. Bix, roll me a perception check with advantage.
Oh no, this terrifies me. $18.
18, it is not your turn. There's nothing you can do about this right now. But with an 18, you see a very familiar look in her eyes as there's a of like yellow and then now white, now blue prismatic light. Her irises or pupils are now gone. You see this weird sort of shimmering effect of like shards of reality around her. Are now like glitching in and out in a perfect spherical shape as she is continuing to be successful in her magic. What
She
did
does
you
more than 8d8 damage.
Yeah, what did you roll on your
Perception?
perception? Yeah.
18.
I'm gonna say that's we'll simplify this and we'll say that is enough to recognize that one more hit of this will probably spark a similar explosion to what you all experienced.
Okay.
All right, that is the end of her turn.
What damage did she do to me?
Oh, I forgot. Sorry. Also, I forgot to do Danzig's turn. I knew I was missing somebody. Oh, Danzig's at the end. Never mind. Cool. Only 4 points of damage.
Alright, I'm gonna heal myself a little more, but that's okay.
You got it. All right. I gotta roll another initiative here. Okay.
Oh
no. Do me a favor, Sif, roll me a d4.
Oh no, that's been going swimmingly. 4.
Cool.
Oh, I got you.
All right. Cool. Danzu's going to go, and then it is going to be the round 5 crew are going to be able to go. Danzig is going to be attacking with disadvantage as Danzig is dealing with the fear condition. frightened. There we go. No, it's feared. That is a 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Cool, you got it. You see, oh, I'm sorry. It's a dex save. I did it again.
Oh.
You have advantage because you're raging.
That is a 18.
Wow. Cool. You take 4 points of fire damage. At this point, Sif, you are clearly surrounded now. At this point, what's your hit point total at right now?
47.
Still hanging on strong.
Yep.
Incredible. Cool. We are now at the top of the round. At this point, Adim, you and Ewolf seem to slide into the scene. You are roll me a D10, and then add 5 to that.
$13.
13. Cool. No. Yes. Cool. Wow. Cool. That's way too far for you to do anything, so I'm gonna have that. I apologize. That is it'd be I'm gonna have the D10. So that'll be 80 feet away. Both you and Ewolf slide in 80 feet. It would have been 130 feet away. So I want to make sure you're able to be somewhere in the round. You both kind of like slide into place like side by side as you see Ewolf immediately kind of like pulling an arrow now fully in the fight. But
I see what has been going on where they are now. I haven't seen that.
So
I see what's going on right now.
So what you see is this very large, muscular looking creature, this light blue skin, but probably clear to see that they're not of a marine descent. You see them holding a hammer that is probably about twice your height, and is getting pummeled. But seemingly like shrugging a lot of damage off by these creatures that are around. You see Alyssa is walking. I'd say from the time you got there, you saw her kind of like walking like she's out of it, and then all of a sudden she seems extremely focused, and you see that.
Oh, I've been on the receiving end of that one before.
Yeah, the weird energy.
I don't want to
is
be anywhere near where she's facing right now because I got hit by that last time. I don't want that
she's in my mind's eye. She's facing you.
Of course she is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so what I'm gonna do, since I see it, I have one action. Because I didn't cast haste. Okay. I am going to use my bracelet and tell Grian to drop to the ground really quick mentally.
Cool.
And then I cast Fog Cloud.
You got it.
But I do it high enough so it's only covering from her Sif's sternum up, which means we can all see her and she can't see us.
Give me a
I'm
second.
going to use her height against her.
Give me a second.
It says I can focus it on a point within range.
Range is 120 feet.
Yep.
Create a 20-foot radius sphere thought, considering a point
So
in range. Sphere spreads around the corners and easily is heavily obscured. Lasts the durations are until one.
That's not even shenanigans. That's just spell description.
Yep, that's rules as written. I love it. Yeah. Awesome.
So
you see a cloud of
drop to
go
the
ahead.
ground to Grian so he knows.
Mm-hmm.
And then my tattoos glow, and I just fog rolls in, and it's not probably the fog she's familiar with. It's a deep sea, mornings by a lighthouse fog.
Cool.
And then I use the rest of my movement rate to get out of the way of Alyssa. I move I move at a 90-degree angle from whatever way she's facing because I do not need to be hit by that again.
You got it. Yeah. I'd say using we'll say you're you're here at the top of the round, so you can now move like 30 feet to, I'll say you kind of like just move behind a tree out of the perspective sort of range of where Alyssa would be, hopefully.
Right. Well, hopefully we'll stop her, but if there's a person in this party who has no control over Alyssa, I'm on the list. So I'm just like moving out of the way right now, but trying to help my party not be trampled by the giant.
Cool. You got it. Awesome. So E-Wolf rolled a 15, so I think he's good on that. Just reminders in case on that. Green, it is your turn. At this moment right now, you recognize that you cannot see anything around you, but you heard in your head drop to the ground.
Say as Green drops to the ground and the fog rolls in, would he notice that Alyssa's like ready to blow?
Roll me a perception check.
15.
Cool. Yep, absolutely. You do. You look around for Alyssa in this fog of like, is she gone again? And then you see even the fog itself around her at this point is now actually shifting and moving and changing colors. You're seeing it change into the stages of like condensation and like doing the like water solid gas. Full on chaos is erupting around Alyssa.
Okay. I've got to make a decision.
How much did you heal Alyssa for, by the way? Did you end up doing that? Or is it just Sif that did that?
Just if she has 3 points.
I forgot that was +8, so it's total. I'm learning.
I should have just been like, no, it's 3, because if we have to like knock her out to stop her,
It's 11.
Hey, man. 11. We're all learning.
Okay. Because my other move is to like pick her up and take her as far away from there as possible.
I'm going to tell you the range of Firebolt is 120 feet, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And I could get her like 60 feet away. Oh, yeah, I guess that would make sense, yeah.
I also would say this. You look at the sort of aura that is around her. That's scary as shit. You're not entirely sure if it's as simple as like going to go and grab her now at this moment.
Okay. I would probably just tell the rest of the group like Alyssa's gonna blow. Like I'm gonna touch the stone.
Okay, yeah. No action for that. That's fine.
Yeah. For Celeste. Fuck, what I got? No, I need that. Can I? Oh god. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck.
I mean, here's what you know. The amount of destruction that happened from Alyssa before was catastrophic. Mm-hmm. People may die all around you if you don't stop it.
Ooh. Is there any way so she doesn't see me do this that I can like move around her to behind her? I'm assuming she's like super distracted.
She's moving towards Sif, so I would say her back's probably facing you right now.
Okay. I'm gonna come at her with the warhammer.
Jesus, you have Eldritch Blast, man.
Yeah, I guess. I need something.
What?
I just need to knock her out. However, I need to do that. Okay. Let's do Eldritch Blast, I guess. Let's do that. Okay.
I mean, I get the reasoning of like you can't do non-lethal damage with that, but I'm going to tell you right now, a warhammer to a 12-year-old to a 5-year-old, no such thing as non-lethal.
So tap to the head real quick. Okay. Does a
God, Evan. That's freaking dark, man. Evan just said, wants a bit. Jesus.
That's going to be a 15 to hit on the first one.
15 hits.
Okay. So that'll be an initial. That's going to knock her out because that's going to be 7 plus 4 plus wings are out, so that's 3 radiant damage.
Is that how that works for you? You add damage to your attacks when the wings are out?
Yep, I get a bonus 3 radiant damage to one target when you deal damage with an attack or a spell.
Cool.
So that should hopefully defuse this bomb and not have it go off in the middle of the...
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You got it.
Just a light little boop. Just knock her out.
Good Lord. What a time to roll low. Okay. As you do so, I need Grian, how close are you?
It would depend on how far Alyssa got.
Alyssa didn't get very far at all. I'm gonna say she was walking like 5 feet per turn. She was focusing, so she was only like walking a little bit.
Like 10,
also,
15 feet, somewhere in that range.
Okay, awesome.
I don't remember if it was 2 or 3 turns she started.
Yeah. And you guys are distance away.
They're like 45 feet away from us.
So the only person that I think, the only other person we need to think about is, so they're, Sif is 45 feet away? Who's 45 feet away?
I think myself and Bix.
Yeah.
Cool. You got it. Great. I'm going to roll to see the range on this. Great. Both Sif and Grian, I need Constitution saving throws.
Whew. Is Bix there too?
45 is basically literally what I rolled, and I'm pretty sure Bix is 10 feet from you.
On
Correct?
his way towards Alyssa.
Were you moving towards Alyssa?
Yes, I was moving towards Alyssa.
Cool. Awesome. Give me that. Then you're also a part of that. Give me that Constitution saving throw, then.
It's going to be a 18 plus 5 is math. 23.
Nice.
For
Okay,
con
cool.
save.
23
Does this
saves.
count as magic also? Like a spell, or is it just like an instant? Like.
If the question is this a spell? No.
12.
13.
Okay.
Vix, how much HP do you have?
33.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I put 37.
Uh, 43 points of force damage. Erupts from Alyssa. Bix is down.
I'm down, yeah.
If you I don't remember what the DC is, but I think the ranges were crazy. So, Sif, what did you get?
13.
Yeah, that's a fail.
Okay.
And then green was the only other one. And green got like a 23, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's a save. So you take half that damage.
Okay.
Okay, Sif, are you still up? Okay.
Yes.
She's just barely up.
Yep.
And then to finish my turn off, I will bonus action healing light on Vix just to bring him back up.
Cool. Nice. Awesome.
Get him that HP in a second.
You're able to do that at range, right?
60 feet.
Hell yeah.
What was the total damage you said? 43?
43.
Yes.
Halved. It would be halved for you, though.
21.
Yeah, 21. Awesome. Could have been a lot worse. Was literally half the numbers of die and half the die amount. Good job.
Just knocked out a child.
I feel like Brandon needs to hear that. Brandon, good job.
That's fine. Just beat the 5-year-old. That's fine.
You did at first pick up a warhammer to run at the child with, but
Note to self on parenting tip when that happens.
parenting tip number 1. No warhammers on the baby. Amazing. Whose turn was that? That was
Grian's turn.
That was Grian's
me.
turn. There we go. Cool. So we are now at Bix's turn. Bix, you were up.
How much did you heal me, Grian?
Or sorry, before it is your turn, it's Ewolf's turn. This is the number that I rolled really bad on. Grian. Jesus Christ. That is a nat 20 for a shot from Ewolf at Grian.
At Grian?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
He shot at Alyssa. I was getting ready to do the same thing.
Yeah.
But I take my healing back. Screw you, bitch.
This is the crazy part about having everybody in a staggered initiative. What they're seeing. Okay.
I think it's the first time Ewolf's hit something.
That's not true, but maybe in your campaign.
It's kind of true.
Okay. Oh man. So 8 plus 12, 20 plus 5 is 25 plus 2d6 plus 1d8. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay, sorry. Sorry, my brain broke. 34 points of damage. And you are restrained as vines come up out of the ground and pull you down. I'll say if you're under the fog cloud, then you were pulled down to the ground.
You said 39 points of damage, right?
That sounds more than what I said.
34.
That sounds right. That's his first attack. Second one is also with advantage now that you're restrained. That is a natural 18 to hit for 23.
That'll hit too.
Sorry, you are not restrained. It's grasping arrow. I apologize. It works different. So, creature hit by the arrow takes an extra 2d6 poison damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet. And it takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time on each turn it moves 1 foot or more without teleporting. The target or any creature that can reach it can use its actions to remove the brambles with a successful strength athletics check against the save DC. Otherwise, brambles last for 1 minute or until you use this option again. I'm going to say your save DC is 16.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Second attack?
Second attack is... is 13 points of damage. As another arrow puts you right, goes right into your shoulder as you feel yourself kind of like stuck into the brambles that are holding you up. You see him marching towards you, dead set, eyes just dead inside as he is pulling another arrow to go to attack you. But that is the end of his turn.
We need group therapy.
Oh, fuck it, I'll use it as a... How far is he from me?
He started his turn 90 feet from, or no, 80 feet from Sif. So I'd say 120 feet.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that was Ewolf's turn. Everybody saw Ewolf do that. That is everyone that is conscious in here. Titian, if you can hear me, you're coming in next round.
I think
Bix.
I'm next.
Yes, Bix, that's you, and then Ianthe's on deck.
Okay, I know I keep asking this question, but how far am I from Alyssa now?
Alyssa was 45 feet from Sif. If you said that you were making your movement, I don't know how close you got. I think you just said you were making your movements.
I was using my movement to get around her. It was like I had like 10 more feet.
But you didn't move outside of the space. Right,
okay.
Right.
So she's 45 feet from me then.
She'd be 40 feet from you because you'd been closer.
Okay, this is what I've been wanting to do, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to run towards her.
Cool. You got it. Sif, give me a perception check to even notice someone running away from you.
Perfect. 15.
Do you have a... that's going to be enough. Go ahead and roll with disadvantage. But
Roll for...
What's that? What?
Roll for what?
I'm sorry. Opportunity attack if someone is leaving your...
I don't have a reaction because I used it to heal.
Cool.
Yeah.
That handles that.
That was a
and index against effects that you can see while not blind, deaf, or incapacitated. I feel like there was something that was like a primal sense sort of thing that you don't... I don't know what I'm thinking of. Cool. Awesome. Well, then never mind about that. Cool. Yeah, Bix, you were running towards Alyssa.
I'm going to cast Sanctuary on her.
You got it. Cool.
And then that's a bonus action.
Sweet.
So with my action, I'm going to turn to the big giant, and I'm going to cast Mind Sliver.
Cool.
Which I don't know if I have my multi-tool or not. I don't know if I've got that clear yet. If I don't, it's a 17 intelligence.
I'll say... Yeah, okay.
Well,
so as long as you're...
I don't mind. Would you have asked for it back or looked for it? If I saw you...
I don't think I would. I don't think I wanted it back yet. I said I could see myself wanting the whip, but not the multi-tool yet.
Okay. Then that's fair.
Okay.
So it's a 17 intelligence.
Sure, I rolled a 5.
So
This might be a good opportunity to tell you guys right now. Sif, intelligence -2.
Yeah.
So you take 5 points of psychic damage.
I am down.
How do I want to do this? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, the creature's making death saves, But yeah, I'll ask you this. Yeah, how do you want to make this creature unconscious? Go for it.
I'm just gonna point because I'm using my ring as my spell focus now. One of my infusions, and it's just like sonic beams, just gonna smack them in the head to just disorient them, and it was just a little more than they could handle.
I love it. You're looking through. I feel like Sif. There's a certain thing, and we should probably eventually talk about this later on this. That you're a storm giant. The idea of controlling whatever cloud cover this is, you can handle control of this. So you're trying to kind of instill your mind on the idea of no, you obey me. And then you're recognizing this fog cloud is not responding to you in that way, because it is not that type of fog. It is not coming from the skies, so to speak. So as you were looking around trying to kind of figure out what the heck is going on, all of a sudden just as you fall back to the ground. Cool. As Sif falls to the ground, we would be out of initiative, except that Ewolf is now making attacks on Grian.
Bix the giant killer.
Amazing. So it is anything else for Bix?
Other than the fact that I wish I had a stone I could have taken her down with, but I'm going to say, what does Alyssa look like right now? Or is she out?
She's out.
Well, any more move? Well, I can't do anything. I'm just kind of cruising towards her, so that's cool. It for me.
You got it. Yeah, she will be making death saving throws, but I would say unless something drops out of the sky and hits her, it is unlikely no one's going to be able to get to her in time to do that.
Like Sif?
Like Sif. Roll to see where Sif falls. No.
I just squish Ianthe.
Aww.
I think there is a it's not enough to stop whatever's happening, but there's a notable moment that well, I don't know if it's hard. I guess, yeah, there was at least 2 rounds where Sif was not attacking the child. So
yeah.
Mark that down in your mental in your character's mental notes. Albeit it is very easy to think of that as well, they weren't the biggest threat, as far as they knew. Yeah, so that was Bix's turn. Ianthe, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to walk annoyed, angrily, to stand in between Ewolf and Brian. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to light up my breath.
You're really standing just in front of Ewolf because Ewolf and Grian are 120 feet from each other. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, I just want to get in the way.
Cool.
And I'm going to use my alluring aura. And then I'm just going to yell, "Everybody stop! This is stupid!" Mostly looking at Ewolf.
Cool. This needs to be possible, but this needs to be a challenge as well. Ianthe, what is your charisma?
Total is plus. My modifier is +5.
+5, and then you get advantage from the aura you're doing?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
If I'm doing persuasion or something, I have proficiency.
Okay. You got it. Second. Okay. Cool. All right. It is a DC 20 persuasion check to make Ewolf at least put the bow away.
Okay. I have advantage. Need to find. Ooh, natural 20.
Incredible. Ianthe, this deserves a moment as you are really saying this to Ewolf.
Yeah.
What do you say to Ewolf?
Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna be like glaring at him. Put it down. We are all on the same side. You know that.
Same side. Same side. Did you see what he did?
Yes, and I saw what she did.
Oh,
Put it
okay. So the
down.
minute that she's danger to everybody else, we're all going to just start blasting a 5-year-old girl?
No, and I'm going to talk to him. Put it down.
I rolled a nat 1. He looks at you and just makes a noise that Titian you hear as you approach. That is just clear anger that can't be, that needs to find a place to escape. And you see him just look you dead in the eye and snaps his bow in half and throws it to the ground and walks off. Titian, you approach the scene. Wrong music, sorry. Way too epic. You approach the scene. Titian, give me a perception check that only you can really make.
Perception is 11.
11. Okay, cool. I'm going to say with an 11, you see the scene in front of you as described. You see Alyssa on the ground, probably some weird sort of magic clearly around her, protecting her in the sanctuary spell. She's going to roll her death save, rolled a 14. You notice that she does seem to be unconscious from the I'd say just because Titian is a paladin and Titian is Titian, from 120 feet away, Titian, you notice that that Alyssa is unconscious. Also, you notice this giant creature in front of you is also unconscious. Sif, give me a death saving throw.
A 17.
Cool. That's one save.
All right. I think Titian just walking up to the scene, he doesn't really say much after what he's seen Wharf go through. I think he just instinctively starts running towards Alyssa, and you see him sort of like, if he can get there in time, he kneels down, and I think he just sort of like puts his hand on her forehead, and I think you see him just very gently, just like, just sort of thinking, looking, and just sort of like putting his hand on her head, and gives her, let's call it 2 points of healing.
Okay. See her open her eyes and just kind of weakly call out, "Did I get it?"
No, you're very stupid.
Did I get it?
No, you did not get it.
I was close.
No, you're not even in the same sports arena on this one.
Roll me an insight check.
And I've been rolling like trash all night. That'll be a 13.
13 is enough to recognize that this 5-year-old child is not getting the sarcasm you're giving them. I can do better.
No. You're. I just need you to Can you do me a favor? Can you just lay here?
I can.
No, Alyssa.
Just pick it back up. I can finish it.
Alyssa, I need you to lay down. And I think Titian's pulling out his dad voice.
I want to stay in the group.
Titian just rolled for a...
no need to roll. No need to roll.
Yeah. Well, I just rolled an over. I rolled a 25 intimidation to get her to sit
Yeah,
down.
absolutely. Yeah, you're a giant cat man yelling at a 5-year-old child. Yeah. Absolutely, she takes it.
This is the teacher coming out. This like, I'm taking away recess.
Right.
Yeah. But you're still. Hey, sit down. You're still part of the group. We still love you. But you need to stop and just sit with your friend Bix for a little bit. Bix, can you come over here and just sit with her?
But you were...
you're fine. Just sit.
You were gonna split up.
No, we're not gonna split up. We're all going together.
What?
We're not splitting up. No one's splitting up. We're all staying together.
But that's...
But who told you we were splitting up?
You see her kind of like sit up and away and look around. And you see Ewolf sitting against a tree trunk, head in his hands, as she looks in his direction.
Titian will just take a moment and he'll note that and he'll just go, all right, Alyssa, we are not splitting up. So just get that.
Because I did good, right? Because I can show that I can be a part of the group.
You were never not part of the group. You are the heart of the group, Alyssa.
But I'm saying I can fight. We don't have to have this conversation anymore.
Alyssa, no one's asking you to fight. So, as a matter of fact, can I ask you a question? What did this thing over here do to you to cause you to fight it? Did it do something to you?
No. It was just big, and I needed to be able to bring I needed to show that I could kill something big.
Alyssa, I'm big. Are you gonna Are you gonna try to kill me next?
Well, no, because you're in the group. I'm saying I went to go and try and find something. You see her immediately start breaking down, crying.
Yeah. Listen.
I'll go run up.
She's
I'll go sit.
She's out. Like as far as that, yeah.
I'm gonna just like if Bix is coming up, I'm gonna go Bix, and just console her. I'm gonna go over here and talk to our hopefully new friend and not hopefully new mortal enemy.
Before he talks to her, while they were having that conversation, Sif is bound and gagged.
Okay.
I will stabilize her. I will not wake her up. And I will use all of my nodding skills from sailing, and she is neither going to speak, run, or grab anything because the hammer is well away from her as well.
Okay, you got it. As roll me a medicine check because that's a check to do that.
A medicine check?
Yes, to stabilize.
Okay. Oh, stabilize? I can't just okay.
Yeah.
10.
10 is the DC. You just managed to go. It is very hard to like resuscitate a giant, I think. But yeah.
Bleeding. Stop it.
Stop bleeding. As you stabilize the giant, no one, and I repeat, no one sees this. Just for the record, anybody have the alert feat?
No, but for the record, I'm wondering why I hear crows. But go ahead.
Great. Awesome. That's just the music, I promise. Deem, as you are binding and gagging, you hear a voice in your ear that says to you, "Oh, that's not going to work." And you immediately look to your right and you see, just appeared out of nowhere, you see an old sort of man leaning on his cane. She will break out of those as soon as she's awake. But
Okay.
thank
And
you
I'm-
for...
Try them anyway.
You got it. He's continuing to talk to you, but thank you for making sure that she's okay.
I don't mean her harm. I don't know what happened, but because she attacked us, I need to at least have a warning if she tries again.
Well, I saw the whole thing, and
By
I
the
can
way, I'm a
tell you-
dean.
Snorri, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Snorri. I'm just tying.
Yeah. Fully lets you tie.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm not trying
Sif,
to hurt her. I want to at least hear her struggle to get out. So I have a warning.
You're like coming in and out of consciousness in this moment as you hear Snorri just full on, just like shooting the shit with this dude who's bounding you up. But Snorri is like getting he does have a point, I promise. Snorri looks at you. Goes, the fact that you stabilized something that you are not sure was an enemy, which, by the way, your little friend there was the first to attack.
I have no doubt. And I'm just tying.
As I said, I promise you that is not necessary. He points at it with his cane. All of a sudden, they just disappear.
Really, they were good knots. No, I don't.
I told you. I'm telling you, either we get rid of, they're in your bag. They're fine.
Okay.
But okay, all right, Sif. Okay, wake up. As you feel a staff just smacking you in the head.
I am on my guard because clearly a powerful magician and a giant.
Yeah.
And I'm very close to them, and I'm like, oh, at least. And they might even hear me under my breath say, at least it's not a priest.
Yep. Grian, you do feel the
Bramble.
Thank you. The bramble like seems to kind of pull back. About the honestly, actually, probably about the time that the E-Wolf snapped his bow.
Yeah, I think Korean's gonna like. This is a pretty hefty hit, so he's gonna like snap the end of the arrow off, and then use his hand to just like reach around and pull the arrow out of the other side of his shoulder. Healing himself as he does it, so it doesn't do like permanent lasting damage.
You got it.
And in seeing like Titian able to like run up and heal Alyssa, he'll just keep going, and then Adim is doing his thing with Sif, and he's just going to keep going, and I imagine he runs into Ianthe on his way out. If she says anything to him.
Yes. I'm trying to think of how to word it. I think she just shakes her head and she's like, why?
It was either knock her ass out or fly her up 60 feet in the air and let her bomb go off up there.
I mean, I know why, but I don't. We could have figured something else out.
I don't think we don't know any other way to stop that from happening again. And it would have wiped Celeste off the map. And I can't watch another town. I can't watch that happen again.
I imagine Evil's about maybe like 40 feet away from this interaction or so. As he kind of like had walked off. He doesn't say anything, but he does pick his head up at that and just stares at you, just dead-eyed.
I'm going to go back, go lay down. I need a second to rest up. And And I think with that, Green's going to keep walking. And he'll stop dead at E-Wolf and not look at him. And just say, if you try that again, I'll put you in the fucking ground. And just keep going.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, well, so we're dealing with some emotional trauma. That's the feeling of this group. Okay, great. He's not coming back. That makes sense. And we have a goblin. Oh, I love goblins. Hello, goblin.
I'm here sitting there consoling Alyssa. I'm just like, hi. It's just.
Yes, you continue to do that. Sif, wake up. Your party's here.
I immediately go, excuse me,
I'm
sir?
sorry, what?
And I sit like full up in a jolt, like, what the fuck was that?
Oh my god. I'm sorry. That's where we ended. That's so beautiful. I love that. Amazing. And with that, we end tonight's session. Oh my gosh. We love you all. We hope you have an amazing rest of your week. We'll see you next time. Bye.